What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawnyScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawnyScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawnyScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Shawn. Yeah.
The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
Michael Shawn and the TakeOver Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm going to tap in for sure.
Tap, tap, tap in.
Yeah, good morning, y'all. Good morning after a long weekend. Well, it was a normal weekend, but I felt like a long weekend to me. It is Monday. Michael Shawn and the TakeOver Legends. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. All those joining us, don't forget, you can get us Media Room 360 on every platform: Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Roku. You can get us on every single thing. Just put Media Room 360 in. Join us. You got comments. Good morning, Mark. You up on it?
Mark, what up? Texas in the
morning.
house. How? Texas in the building.
Shout to Diana Williams. What's up, Miss? Good morning. Right back at you. Get me on my IG live at Mike Shawn Comedy. Jay Black, get on IG. Shawnee, get on IG. And we will begin the show. Sexy Mo will be back on the show tomorrow. We got Jay Black. Jay Black, how was your weekend? Not just your night. How was your weekend there, homie?
Weekend was all gravy. All great. I don't think there was no drama. I like when there's no drama.
Good for you.
I like no drama. A lot of I'm looking forward to the summer season. How about that? On the East Coast, we had like 65, 68 degree weather a couple of days, and it got me in the mood of looking forward to when that weather fully breaks. So,
yeah,
good stuff. I got to cut my grass. Like, I love cutting my grass. Y'all don't understand. I get a joy out of cutting grass now.
Well,
so and then my neighbors were talking to me. I felt like they accepted me now. White folk let me in. They're talking to me more. It's like that lawnmower done did something. You got
to be active. You can't just take the trash out. You gotta be active.
I'll be in and out. I usually don't talk to nobody. But the longer I'm outside, the more they
and you don't walk your dog, so you don't even get the dog walking thing. Because another social thing is when you walk the dog. That's how I meet everybody.
I did yesterday. Me and my son, we walked our dog, and people were saying, "How you doing?" And my wife said I'm rude because I just say "fine" back, and I'm supposed to say "fine, thanks" and "how are you" or something like that. But either way, I got out the house more. It felt good to get out the house. Good morning, Kathy, Day One Black, Afro Queen. Jeanette is up early.
Yeah, that's a good thing to say. Hey, have a good day. How you doing? Good. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I just say I'm fine.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah.
I'm good.
What up, Nikki White Chocolate? Shawnee Scott, how was your weekend? Shawnee Scott, how was your weekend?
My weekend was full of work as usual.
Work.
Speaking of, Jay gave a shout out to Texas. I talked to Big Tuck last week.
Big Tuck, what up?
Yeah, I gave him a phone call, asked him to do something that I'm gonna ask you to do too, if you're in town.
Okay.
So that went well, and then of course we're gonna have to have him on the show, and he was like, "Yeah, of course, I'll come on." But we celebrated the baby's birthday. My baby girl. Her birthday into Wednesday, but we did everything.
Who? Which one? You act like you got one.
The baby. Tam.
Oh, Tam. I call everybody the baby girl. Okay. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, but it wasn't like how she wanted it.
How did she want it?
So she wanted to have a party at the skating ring, but I'd had to take their phones and
You still ain't give them their phone back after all this? Oh, God, I'm sorry.
well, I gave her a phone for this because she wanted to invite all her friends to the skating ring at a certain time at 7:30. And I was like, okay, well, since she can't do what I tell her to do and she works on her time, I'm going to work on my time for her birthday party. So instead of going to the skating ring at 7, we were going to go at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Oh, wow.
So we ended up going to like lunch at 2:00 to one of her favorite restaurants. And then I broke the news to her that she wasn't going to the skating ring with her friends, but she could have her phone so she could call her friends and let them know that she ain't gonna be there.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
But she had a great birthday. We went, we ate where she wanted to. She got some new Jordans, she got some new Crocs, she got some new she got everything. She got spoiled by 3 people.
Beautiful.
Well, and her brothers too. Because she went over their house.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tam.
Remind us to say happy birthday on Wednesday, the official
Baby
day.
girl. Yes.
Happy birthday.
Good morning, Joy Jennings.
Oh, yeah. And she's getting braces. Tomorrow. I got to take her to get her braces. So that's my birthday present.
The middle ones? She putting the middle ones?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she wants braces. Well,
good. My daughters had the braces. We had to go through that phase where everybody had braces at the same time. So get the braces done, get them fixed up. Kids be wanting braces.
They do, but it's so expensive. I was like, you can't let your sister finish hers?
Ain't the Invisalign more reasonable?
Well, the orthodontist is not recommending that for her.
Well, then I recommend it.
She don't have to wear them as long as her sister though. So she'll probably be out of hers before her sister is out.
I had a payment plan on mine.
Yeah, they'll do that, but it's still a lot when you paying for 2. Yeah.
Little mama.
It's tourist season.
Yeah, man. So one thing I do miss about Texas is the weather. So it was nice this weekend. It still gets chilly at night. It was nice this weekend. It wasn't bad in the afternoon, all that good stuff. Yeah. I took the girls to South Street on Friday. We were on South Street in Philly.
South Street. You with the Ishkabibbles? You got a cheesesteak? Did you hit Ishkabibbles?
No, we don't do overrated cheesesteaks.
No, whatever.
We don't do them nasty cheesesteaks on South Street. Whatever. But we were up and down over there, went to a few stores. Girl, they just want to take pictures and I'm bugging off of all the stuff that's still there. I'm bugging off the stuff that isn't there, but bugging off the stuff that's still there on South Street. Copas is still there, but they accept cash. It is 2022 and all you accept is cash? Who robbed you? No. Like, what's wrong?
Well, what taxes you don't want to report? Look, what taxes you don't want to report?
Don't you want to report where everything is cash? So we was up and down South Street. We did that. The weekend was good. I watched basketball. What else? The girls went to go see some movie. Monty babysitted. I've been here since January, and I unpacked.
Oh, you staying? Okay.
And I still got stuff to pack. I still got two suitcases full of stuff. There's not enough room to put everything. So it was like a 6-hour process of trying to figure out how to organize everything. And I still ain't even done. I'm still far from done, but at least I got that done. At least my side of the bedroom is organized. So I'm good. So that basketball was what I did. Tyson Fury won another championship fight for the 94,000 people.
Nice. 94,000 people came out. Wow. And he was in London. Wow.
Because boxing.
Well, that's he's from. Ain't it?
Yeah. Heavyweight boxing ain't huge out here because we ain't got a heavyweight. But out there around the world, they making bread.
Good morning, Slow Your Roll.
My man made 29.
Good morning, Slow.
No.
Speaking of what? Yes, he was at the birthday party. Is that what you about to say?
No, I saw something online. I was going to put a picture up, but never mind.
You can. It's fine.
No, because Mike, I don't know if you saw this, but I was looking on social media. I haven't been on there a lot lately, but it was one day I was on there and I saw this picture of somebody with matching pajamas on, and I was like, "What is this?"
I didn't know they was I just thought they were matching pants.
No, that
was pajamas.
And the post said caption this. I'm thinking like, who wears matching pajamas unless I don't know. It was just weird to me, so I didn't know what it meant.
It was
Slow Your Roll. Good morning, Slow Your Roll. Good morning, Shawn.
It was a pajama party. It was a game night. This chick had a game night pajama party.
Y'all just shop, but y'all shop at the same spot. But okay.
No, he went and got him.
He got him for both of y'all.
Yeah.
Well, he brought you. Slow Your Roll brought you pajamas.
Well, Slow Your Roll didn't buy him. Penny bought him.
What's so shocking about it? Like, why are you so shocked?
I don't know. All right.
I got matching pajamas.
Slow Your Roll bought him.
The whole family got matching pajamas for Christmas. I still got them.
Yeah, why is that shocking?
I know you're not talking with you and your wife. Y'all his and hers everything.
Yeah, but we're together. I'm looking like what is all right. I don't know.
We're together. What you mean? Like what? Did we fall apart or something?
Did you research this before you said it, Jay? Did you just freestyle?
I don't know who's together, Shawnee. Who's together?
Her and Slow Your Roll.
Me and Slow Your Roll. What's why you scared to say?
When was it the coming out party? Nobody announced it on the show, so I'm sitting there trying to play stupid. Like
well, somebody been announcing it on the show, been hitting people in their DMs, selling them. It's not like it's a big secret. It's just
no one on the show knew. I'm sure Sequisa didn't know. Nikki
y'all
White Chocolate,
know.
Erica
Y'all
Hunter. Let me see, Jeanette. Well,
Sequisa knew.
Afro Queen. I know Jeanette.
Yeah,
who else
Jeanette knew.
Joy didn't know. Y'all got matching pajamas, so that was the coming out picture. Letting the world know.
No, we have plenty of pictures. We got plenty of pictures. There's other stuff.
Maybe I missed it.
Yeah, we don't post. We don't post. Just sit there and post all of our pictures. But
Sequisa said she knew. Okay,
yeah, that one I went ahead and I posted because I thought those were cute.
Oh, all right. Well,
I'm late
to the coming out party.
I think the other ones are cute too. I just don't post.
Who took the picture of him looking like he's saying what the fuck?
Craig took that picture.
Like, can you let the man smile? Like, he got the picture. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all look like y'all in mid argument. Like, what?
That's what I said. Caption this. That's what was my point to say. Caption. Why I said caption.
Jay Marie didn't know.
I didn't want to play too much. I should have played. I should have played. Like, what the fuck?
That was the point. Yeah. That was the point to caption.
I'm going back to it.
Stacy didn't know. Nikki
I'm going
White
back to
Chocolate
it today.
Didn't know. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they got pajamas now.
We're together. We got pajamas. We got shirts. We got matching shirts.
That means they get dressed together. Hint, hint.
Look. Slow said, "I'm the wig man." LOL. Remember when that $400 wig was brought, and I kept saying, "Who's wig man?" Who knew? I didn't know at that time. But wow, all right. Man. So it's official.
Wig is a lot.
That's a lot of loving going on for $400 wig.
Shut up.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Let me tell you.
Oh, you put the picture up there. I didn't see it. I was on another page. Yep, we got
All right. Well, Jay, get on his IG live and then
matching superhero pajamas.
A whole bunch of stuff done crept up, and everybody got a whole everything's man. There's so many damn stories. I don't even know which one to really start with.
Start with the relationship.
Oh man, the pastor got on there and bored me to death because we'll just play the clip. The pastor's talking about women feeling like men. Man, the way women feeling like men now, and they gotta change oil and shit. I don't know.
In some cases, your wife is feeling like she's more of a man than you are. And I ain't talking about just these super, feminist women. I ain't talking about that. We know that's a whole different message, a whole different sermon. That's this whole feminist movement. I'm talking about not she's a woman, but she feel like, man, I'm more of a man than you. I'm not afraid to tackle things that you're afraid to tackle. I'm not afraid to negotiate, and you're afraid to negotiate. You'll send me on this mission to negotiate with people that you should be negotiating with. You send me down here to get the oil change. You send me down. Now, if you can't do it, that's one thing. But why am I getting the oil change? Why am I making sure that it's gas in the car? Why am I making sure that it's air in the tires? Why am I making sure all these things take place? And you're supposed to be my man, my covering. You give up the throne when you're not there for her emotionally. When you won't communicate with her. You talking to everybody else, but you won't talk to me. I done heard you on the phone having a conversation with these folks on the phone, and you won't have a conversation with me. I didn't even know that you knew how to talk. So you know how to talk? Oh, really? Cause when you come up in here, you got 2 words to say to me. You mumbling, you sitting down, you got something to do. You going to go to sleep, you getting in the shower, you get on the couch, you're falling asleep, you're watching ESPN, but you on the phone talking, you got a conversation? Oh, inform me, please inform me. But I talk you, you don't talk about nothing.
I really think if I put my mind to it, I can be a pastor.
I think you can too.
I really think it's just you just got to get a good topic.
My echo is.
You got to get some cliches on there. I mean, but y'all tell me what y'all think before I go into my spiel. Let's talk to Shawnee because if that's the case, Shawnee's damn near a man.
Well, I mean, I agree with what he's saying when you're in a situation like that. But if you're in a situation like that, hey, you, because we know when we got somebody that we got to do that, we're gonna have to be the ones to do everything. You know when you got somebody like that, and I don't know, if you choose to stay in that, then that's what you got to deal with. You know, they ain't gonna change if they're like that. Yeah, there are certain things that I do expect a man to do, and if a man does those things, then I can respect it. But if I got to do everything, I got to figure it out. I got to have the answers. I got to take care of all my stuff. Then what you here for? What are you here for?
All right, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
You call me Archie Bunker. You call me old school mentality. So I'm with it. Like, there's no scenario where the female should be negotiating deals and having conversations that a man should be having and doing things a man should be doing. I think that's crazy. So I said I knew that was going to hit some people. It's going to have to hit them hard because it's real. I totally agree. Like, why is a female trying to put a deal together, or why is a female calling? I got this clicking sound. Of course, you're gonna get taken advantage of. They know you don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, there's certain things that are for men to do, and you can act like I'm old school all you want, but that's just the reality of it. That'd be real crazy if my wife negotiating a maintenance. Hey, this car is making a clicking sound, and she's taking it to a mechanic. Huh? That's weird to me. Just weird. But y'all say I'm weird sometimes, though.
It's just so prehistoric. If my wife is an expert negotiator, why the hell would I not have her negotiate something?
Well, you need to figure out how she negotiates and put your pants up.
If she's an expert negotiator, she's just amazing at it.
That's working together, though. That's
but
different.
This is my thing. Like this whole
get some pants. Yeah, Stacy.
It's just amazing. Like, there are women who know more about cars than guys. They just do. It's just like there are men who are better in the kitchen than women. They just are. They're called chefs. Like, if she literally is skillful at that.
You know what he's saying. It's not the small sample size of them.
It's not a small sample size. There are thousands of lawyers who are females, who are negotiators, who are going to out-negotiate the shit out of me. And I'm going to send her in that room.
Yeah, that's her profession. That's what she or he was trained to do. But when you get in a situation where you want to be the head of the house, but I got to go do everything. I got to fix all the problems. And we're not talking about just, you at the store and y'all negotiate the price on a car. It's deeper than just that. I mean,
Mike gonna wake her up in the middle of the night. You hear that sound? Go see what's going on.
Yeah.
What's next?
If she Ronda Rousey, I am. Like, I just like this rhetoric that it's lazy. To me, it's just lazy pastors. They just get lazy topics. The oil change, the tire press. If I'm on the road making money and your tire's low, guess who's gonna have to check it? Like, you going to check it.
Yeah, she might have to check it, but are you providing what she needs to go get it checked?
But that's my thing. Everybody,
because you're working, you're out working. You're not sitting there on your ass like, oh, well, I don't know what to do. You got to figure it out. There's a difference. What you talking about and what he's talking about is two different
No,
things.
what he's talking about, what you're talking about is two different things. He never mentioned any other alternative. He just said the oil ain't changed. Why you letting your wife? Why the gas in the tank? The gas in the tank? Really? You think my wife is that feeble that she don't know when the gas is low in the tank? Like, come on.
She know when the gas is low, and then when she gets home, then you should take
when she gets home,
you should take the cars and put the gas
what?
in.
Who does that? When girl, the gas tank came on. Go to the gas station and fill your tank up.
No, you're supposed to do that.
Nobody does that.
Yes, they do.
No, I don't. That is ridiculous. Why
Not
would you wait
not
till you get home?
Every once in a while for the gas.
That's what's supposed to happen.
Hell no, that's not what's supposed to happen. Common sense is supposed to kick in. You go like, oh, let me put some gas in the car. That's what the world does. It's lazy pastors. Oh, you got to change. Who changes their oil anyway?
I bring my car home and I say, I ain't got no gas.
Shit. That's how you run out of gas and be stuck on the side. Fucking around. I gotta wait. Why didn't you stop at the 12 gas stations you went by? Because I figured I'd drive home and bring it to you, Daddy.
Yeah, because you said you would change the gas. I mean, put the gas in there. So here we are.
Communication goes both ways, Pastor. It goes both ways.
Yeah,
it goes two people.
I don't have no gas.
Two people have to communicate in order for there to be communication. Goodness God, lazy ass pastor. And everybody thinks they blueprint on their relationship is supposed to work for everybody's relationship. Everybody's relationship is different. Everybody got different responsibilities. Everybody. So if I'm on the road doing jokes and it snows, unless you gonna shovel, ain't nobody gonna shovel.
But that's different. You're working. You're not sitting at home.
He didn't say the dude was unemployed.
But that's what he's talking about.
He's implying that you're in the same household.
We're not gonna assume. He never said he was unemployed. He never said he was unemployed.
If you're working, if you're out on the road, I'm at home by myself taking care of the house, then I need to go get my damn gas. I can't wait for you to get back.
Thank you, Joy.
That's what I should do. What did Joy say? Because I'm on another screen, y'all. Sorry.
Whose husband puts gas in their car? What type of infant are you? Like,
she said she knows somebody. And one day the lady was waiting for her husband to put gas, and I guess she ran out.
Who is getting? Are you being raised, or you in a relationship?
But who?
That is not being raised.
That is being raised. You waiting for your husband to put gas in your car, and then you want to say we equal? We ain't equal if you can't put gas in your car.
Who said that? Who said that?
One day he didn't, and she ran out of gas and had to take an Uber. Do you know how stupid that shit sounds? You spent money because you didn't put gas in your car because you waited for your husband?
That's his job.
I ain't got a wife. I got a kid.
That's not a kid.
That's a kid. If you waiting for your man to put gas in your car,
my grandfather did that. He put
that was right those times.
He did all the stuff, and then my grandma had a set of stuff that she did.
Ain't nobody. I can't believe y'all women in 2022 are talking about you want to wait for your man to put gas in your car. Well, then just listen to me, because I'm running shit. If I'm putting gas in the car, don't think you got views and opinions. You don't even know how to put gas in your car, girl.
That doesn't mean that I don't know how to.
Just the kitchen in the bedroom, Florida. The kitchen in the bedroom.
So Lisa says she saw a pic of a man sitting on the side of the car while the wife was changing the tire. Well, while the woman, don't know if his wife or not. A female was changing the tire, and he was sitting on the side. Go ahead, Mike. Now what?
What y'all want to do? Y'all want to be equal or y'all don't? Which one y'all want? Because y'all can't pick and choose.
Maybe that person.
Y'all can't pick and choose when y'all want to be equal. Y'all can't pick and choose. This is what gets me about women. You can't pick and choose when you want to be equal.
Well, if you want to be the leader, then you need to be the leader. You need to do the stuff that the leader does.
Then you got to let me be the leader all the time. Then you can't pick and choose when I'm the leader. Then you can't pick and choose when I'm the leader.
I don't want to be the leader. That's the thing.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't want to be the leader. I just want to kill.
So when I give you a time to be home, make sure you're home. Because I'm the
Hey,
leader.
I don't have no problem with that. You paying all the bills and giving me my allowance. I sure will.
I'm talking to all the women. I'm not talking
I
to you,
sure
Shorty.
will.
I'm talking to all the women listening.
You said be home at 8:30.
Yup, be home at 8:30.
But that cash app went cha-ching, cha-ching. I got my allowance, all my
Yup.
stuff paid for. All right, girl,
I think
I
you're
got to go.
exaggerating. I think you
I
went
got
to the
to
far
go.
extreme.
No.
Although I like it, but you went to the far
Of
extreme.
course.
Who went to the far extreme?
I think Mike did with the whole. All right, I got to tell you, if I have to lead all the time,
Dog,
I'll make
if
the
you
rules.
can't put gas in your
got the
car,
mountain bikes.
exactly. Slow your roll.
That's funny.
I got mountain bikes.
Yeah.
Lazy ass pastor. You ain't talking to them.
Yeah, and he tell me when to come home too, and I go home.
Clap it up for that shit right there.
He be like,
Clap
"Get
it
out
up.
them streets, girl. Go home.
Get out them streets.
I'm like,
I
okay.
need you home.
But you get the premise of what he's saying overall. A man should be a man in a relationship.
Yeah, basically.
What's a man? Tell me what a man should be a man. Tell me. Explain to me. Explain to me this prehistoric concept. Go ahead, Jay. Knock yourself out.
I thought Shiny was going to jump in on that.
No. Look,
I'm not a man.
Why would she explain it?
I'm not a man.
Because she's a female.
Yeah.
She knows what she.
Why would she explain it?
She don't expect a sound to happen and have to go.
Okay, well, explain
investigate
it.
on
You're the
herself.
man. Explain what being a man is.
I doubt very seriously if she thinks somebody breaking in the house, she's going to be the one to go put on a cape. I'm sure if there's an issue with a car, she's not expecting to take that clicking sound to the mechanic to be able to go figure things out, and you're there. Like, is there certain dudes things that they should be doing?
Anything
That's what
else?
I'm saying. So everything
Anything
that
else?
falls under the obvious umbrella.
Anything else?
I'm not going.
Obvious umbrella.
I'm not going with the parent teacher conference where that should be a team thing. It shouldn't. Well, you need good cop, bad cop, but there's certain things that man needs to be a man.
Go ahead. Well, you just gave me two. It's a long life.
It's
like
a whole.
life.
It's a list. It's a
Well,
whole.
all I'm doing is asking you.
Where
Give
does
me
it
the goddamn list.
You got an issue with somebody saying something slick to your lady. Oh, I'm gonna go handle this. I'm gonna go check that female, or that dude. I'm gonna go handle it. A dude said something wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
What do you
just
do when the
anything.
chick does? So when the chick does. So continue on. Continue on the man.
Give me any facet. Give me anything in life. I can tell
No,
you.
if it's so easy, then give me the list.
You're walking it every day.
Go ahead.
You in South Street with the kids and something happened. You're not going to say, "Hey, Stace, go handle that."
Okay. Now I'm continuing.
Everything. Just give me anything in life, Mike.
So you should negotiate.
Your cable goes out. And whatever.
I'm supposed to call.
Say it again.
I'm supposed to call because the cable goes out.
No, I'm saying you think there's a wire outside that could be loose.
There's a wire outside with the cable.
Sometimes you just got to make sure the cables are tight and secure. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't going outside and check your cable, man. You don't check your
modem.
You're going outside and check your goddamn cable. And your girl knows more about that modem. And if your girl knows more about the modem than you, why the hell you got to check the modem?
I'm just thinking of anything.
I know, because it's dumb. It's silly.
No,
whatever your strong point is, if your wife is a cop and there's a noise downstairs, guess who's going to check that goddamn noise?
Yo, you're a sucker. They're a sucker if they
Guess who's going?
You gonna send your wife down there?
Guess who's the chief of police is going down there and check that noise?
That's crazy.
It's about the chief of police. She looking for you to do that.
If my wife is a negotiator and is a realtor, I'm not negotiating our mortgage.
Yeah, but y'all would probably sit down and have a conversation about it first.
I'm
you
like,
and
babe,
her. It's different when it's some men out there that they can't do nothing. They can't even tie their shoes.
Well, you just
That's
told
what
me
he's talking about. That's
not what he's talking about. That's not what he's talking about.
Because
that's not what he brought
Mike,
up.
what you do at your house, and even when you were here from your, away from your family, you were still the man of the house. You did the things that men do.
And this is why I mean
you didn't pay the bills.
A lazy pastor.
You didn't pay the bills.
But this is what I'm talking about. A lazy pastor.
You didn't pay the bills.
Yes, and they were
okay. And you
paid.
made sure that Stacy and them girls had everything that they needed to function daily.
And I didn't
not
shovel
every now and then.
And I didn't shovel snow. I didn't change oil. I didn't put gas in the cars. I didn't check noises because I wasn't here.
There. You weren't
Exactly.
there. You weren't here. But
when
you made sure they had everything they needed to be able to do that.
You're taking it personal, and it doesn't.
I'm not, whoa. I'm not taking this. What I'm saying is y'all losing focus on this is lazy pastoring. It's just lazy. You're not dealing with the reality of relationships.
That is the reality.
No, you're putting
with that.
And there are men who deal with it, and you're putting a general blanket over relationships, and every relationship is different.
Yeah, every relationship is different, but most of them, I'm not gonna say that because I'm not gonna say that. But I mean, it's some women at the church that's dealing with that. They got the dude laying up in the house.
And that's who the people he was speaking to.
And the man is
not
ain't
going to speak to every person.
Being a man, it's real.
Communication is a mutual thing. You want to communicate, it has to be done on both sides.
Yeah, but you can communicate that, and the dude will be like, "Okay, babe, I got it," and he go back to doing the same thing that he does.
And it just goes back to lazy. It goes back to lazy pastoring because there's millions of men who be like, he'll talk to a girl for 3 hours, but I can't get a word out of her.
Mike, when I was at work, this guy he brushed by and pished my butt. You want me to go handle that, or you gonna do it? No, you go tell him don't do that again, babe. That's it. Or you gonna handle it? What are you doing, Mike?
What you gonna do?
No, what are you? you not going up to the job and hollering at homie?
What you gonna do? You gonna
Mike,
kill him?
You full of crap. You're not going to lay your law down and go let him know what it is.
Your law ain't doing nothing.
Right.
You're laying the law down. Like you really think niggas is, people are scared of you. Like you really think like you put fear in people.
What I know I'm going to do is he gonna know that it ain't sweet. He think that he got away with it, he gonna keep going, it's gonna get worse and worse.
The pastor didn't even bring that up. So where we go with that?
I'm just saying in general, letting a man be a man, you just saying like it ain't lanes for different, each person got a lane to play.
Every person's relationship, they're different lanes for different people. Y'all, every relationship, they're different lanes.
He touched your butt. Well, what did you have on?
He's not talking about what you're talking about. He's talking about.
He's not talking about what y'all talking about.
Be a man, be a dude.
What is being a man? You want to put a blanket statement on being a man. That is the funniest thing ever, being a man. That is the biggest generalization ever, being a man.
There's not being a sucker. How about that?
What is that?
Handling your handle.
What is that? There's no description.
If somebody got to explain it to you, it's too hard for you to understand. How about that?
No, it's because it's your view on something, and you want to put that generic cover page on everybody's magazine. Every relationship is different. So when a lazy ass pastor says, "Oh, women out here feeling like men," I guess there are men out here feeling the same way. Like they got to do everything in the house.
Feeling like women?
Yes. Like so if a man says, "I'm taking the kids to the doctors," I'm the one who got to take the kids to the doctors. That makes me feel like a woman. I took my kids to the doctors plenty of times and got their fevers checked and had to get their prescriptions and had to figure out what the referrals were.
I mean, were you their daddy?
Super young,
yes.
by themselves. You did that by yourself?
Yes.
You're the dad, so why not?
Yes. And you're the mom. We both own a car.
What if I had to be at work?
Exactly.
You know, all the medicines they got to take. You know,
but
everything like that.
That's the thing, Mike. Those are people working together. He is talking about when one person is just when the man is just not contributing anything.
And
that's
what I'm saying is all lazy. All you want to do is beat up on a man because you a lazy pastor, because it's an easy thing to get the congregation riled up. You ain't got no answers. You don't know. You don't know what's going on, Sway. You don't know.
You got the answer, Sway.
That's what I'm saying. I could do that lazy pastoring all day long. I could get everybody kicked up.
But it happens. It's the truth, though. He's not.
The majority of people are two people working. They both got jobs. So communication is gonna. So as a pastor, talk about communication is really hard now. Because there are two people who got a whole 8-hour, 9-hour, 10-hour shift that are working, who have to come home and decompress and don't feel like communicating. They both got to decompress. They both need time to themselves. So communication is going to be a lot more difficult than just pointing the finger at who's not communicating. Let's find out the root cause of it. All you are is a gossiper. That's all you are, Pastor Boy. You just gossiping. You're just trying to get people kicked up so when a woman comes home, she can be mad at her man and be like, let me tell you what the pastor said. The pastor said you don't be doing this. The pastor said you don't be doing that. Bitch, what are you talking about? I was just watching the game. That's the problem. The pastor said
you ain't talking like he
ESPN.
said, but you talk to your friends. You get on that phone and you can talk to your friends.
I ain't even got no friends, woman. What are you talking about? What friends do you know I got?
You was on the phone with Jay Black last night for 20 minutes talking about the game.
What? So did you ask me how my day was, sweetie?
I did ask you how your day was, and you just grunted and threw your stuff down and went and plopped on the couch and started watching TV.
I was just watching the playoffs, and you just went to Pastor Lazy Ass.
I asked you how you were
church
doing.
of cliches from the Bible. He was reading from the book of the same old shit.
You don't never stop and talk to me. You don't ask me how my day is.
And this is my thing, y'all. We both in this, so we both gotta to sit there and just do something on how a sermon on how difficult relationships is one thing. They are difficult. To do one just on, women, y'all ain't doing this, or men, y'all ain't doing that. It's just lazy 1990 shit. That's all. That was my whole point of the pastor. That just irritates me. It's just lazy.
All right, that's your angle. All right.
Okay.
Lazy ass pastors.
You can say that about any word. Every sermon you hear, you can say that technically.
Lazy.
You say every sermon is lazy,
Just about,
pastor?
No, I didn't say that. Jay Black said that.
According to Mike's thought process.
I never put the blanket over nobody. I said this particular pastor in this particular sermon was lazy, and it wasn't thought out. And all it does is cause more trouble in people's relationships because there's not an equal balance to it.
Okay, all right. I get it.
I mean, it could because the woman nigga's gonna go home and say, "Well, you ain't do this and you ain't do that," and they might not even have no problems. And
they might not even have no problems.
She's just in
they
her
might
bed.
be all good.
Well, deep down, it was a problem. It just highlighted it.
You got the congregation saying amen. She like, I must be wrong. I must not be happy. I felt like I was happy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we make love and we shared, but the pastor lazy ass said.
And then she watching to see, let me see if he gonna say something to me.
Lady Q,
he's gonna do this today.
Let me highlight this because when Lady Q agrees with me, I need
highlighting.
I gotta highlight this. Thank you, Lady Q. I mean that in all seriousness. I understand what Mike's saying. Talking down on men, especially black men, is the quickest and easiest way to get folks to agree and get the reaction, even if they got a good man at home. And shout to Lady Q for putting an amazing Instagram. I don't know if she originated on TikTok video about her man Jay Black and how dope that was. Shout to her for that.
Look at Jay.
Jay
was just working so hard. He was on his little riding lawnmower doing stuff with the baby. I said, "Oh, look at Jay. That's nice. Maybe we should do that. We should do. What is this? This is May, right? No, this is April. So May is Mother's Day, but maybe we ought to do a
Father's Day month. Love you, black man. Father's Day month.
A male appreciation day or something in May.
A male appreciation
month.
Yeah, we'll just say nice things about men.
You can't say nothing negative.
Nothing negative.
For how long is that going to
be? Just for about 3 hours.
I thought all week, at least for a week.
Oh, y'all want to do it for a week? Okay, we'll do it for a week.
We're gonna have a show. How are we gonna do a show? We can't do it.
No, we're gonna do it for a week. All right, this is it. We're gonna do Male Appreciation Week.
How are we gonna do a show?
We're gonna do it the first week of May. Because that goes into Mother's Day too. Mother's Day, I think, is the 8th.
We're gonna have nothing to talk about.
We're gonna say
nice things.
Wait,
to talk about like the baby or like anybody that's in the news that did anything crazy.
We can find some stuff to say. We can. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of nice things to say. We just don't say them.
I don't know.
You can find something nice about Trey Songz. Okay, all right, because anyone that's in the news.
Well, we might not focus on Trey Songz. You can focus on the men that are doing.
But you got to find something positive. And we say, hey, what's up with Trey? You had to figure it out. Okay, we'll see.
Hey, Trey has a nice singing voice.
That's very good. That's very good work. That's good practice. But we don't need that today. It's not the week.
Okay.
So you can say what you gotta say about Trey. Oh, but speaking of mom Mom's coming up. Mama's Day is coming up. I appreciate Mother's Day. I already know. I know Mother's Day. I know my mom likes to go out to dinner. I get it. So I'm not a dinner person going out to, but I get it, and I'm gonna do it with a smile. And I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm set the guide. I already know where she wants to go because it's the same place. It's the same. It's always the same place. I honestly wish I could just cater the place, but she wouldn't even like catering at the house. She want to go, so we're gonna go. So speaking of mamas, Chris Rock's mama spoke out, and we were watching it before Jay came on, and Shawnee said exactly what I said when I saw it. When the mom say something, it just hit different.
Yeah,
like it just make you feel bad.
She came at Will. I can't wait to hear this clip.
Will and Jada.
Yeah, it just hit different when a mom's love is splattered over it, and then when she said it just hit different. So this Chris Rock's mom speaking. Well, they interviewing everybody in the Rock. If you a Rock, you're getting interviewed. Understand? You're getting a lengthy interview if you're a Rock. No matter what, if you're a real Rock, like a Rock. I mean a Rock, like an actual Rock.
I think she had like what 9 kids.
Yeah,
9 or 10 of them.
10 of them. 10 of them, because one of them, Tony Rock said there 9 of us, so I don't think that included him. I don't know. There was a lot. There was a lot. That's a lot. That's a crew. I don't even know how Chris Rock got bullied when you got that many brothers. But he got bussed out to another school. That's what it was. He got bussed out to another school. That's what it was. You got Chris Rock's mom speaking on it. Go ahead, Mama Rock.
I told someone when Will slapped Chris, he slapped all of us, but he really slapped me. But so many things could have happened from that. Chris could have stepped back and fallen.
Yeah.
You really could have gotten taken out in handcuffs. You know, so what was, you didn't think. You reacted to your wife's giving you the side eye. Yeah. And you went up and you made her day because she was bowled over laughing when it happened.
Okay.
Baby, Mama Rock. She ain't even got to raise her voice.
Rossell, Rosalie.
Yeah, that's an art form. That's when you've been able to do that for a while. When you don't you keep your voice at the same tone, and you like. And Shawnee said she ain't even cursed. Yeah, she didn't curse because that would have taken. She was very. Is anybody worried about Will yet? That we haven't heard one peep out of him. And
I'm concerned about Will. I heard Jada did a red table talk on it. I haven't watched it though. I didn't watch it over the weekend. I was busy. Yeah,
she did a red table talk on it.
Yeah, on the whole thing.
Well, I'm surprised we didn't see any clips or anything.
No, she had to avoid it. She couldn't have said anything of any substance.
It would have been some clip. Fake news. I was reading.
But Will got more movie offers. People thought they was. I did see that somewhere. That
what movie offers did you see? Because
I saw that he got more offers to do different things, so people aren't shying away from him.
That's not what I saw. That's a total opposite of what I saw.
Yeah, I thought I saw that recently.
No, I saw everything's on hold. Bad Boys is a wrap. They're saying that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that was initially.
No, I just saw it.
I don't understand why they're doing that. You know, why are you shutting everything down?
They disciplining them.
Will Smith reportedly flooded with work offers after Oscar.
Where'd you read that from?
This was the source.com.
No.
Actually, it's more than that. Rollingout.com. There's a bunch of websites.
Because he ain't said
Hollywood
one word.
Hollywood Unlocked got it too.
The only thing that's gone up is his book sales. It's a little weird. Like honestly, that the man hasn't said once. She had a red table talk with Janelle Monáe. She's not touching the topic yet. Marjorie said she's not touching the topic yet. Oh, yeah, I did see the clip with Janelle Monáe. Right? Jada just kept it moving. Listen. I'm not getting it. It's April. It's the end of April. Damn.
Here it is. Jada Pinkett Smith's last red table talk briefly addresses the Oscar slap. I haven't watched it though.
She back to work.
She addressed it. That was 3 days ago. Y'all better keep it moving too. Mm-hmm.
I'm just surprised. Maybe
so she doesn't do a whole table talk on. Maybe she's doing it at the beginning. You know, when they do their little
elephant in the room thing.
Yeah,
you got to address the elephant in the room.
wonder if
Yeah, but I don't think she should do one on. I mean, I don't think she should go into detail about it. I think she ought to just let it go and just.
Now that I think about it, I guess Will's not allowed to talk about it because Chris Rock's got the lawyers on it. So I guess Will's lawyers are saying, don't you say a one word about this. Like you can't say nothing positive or negative. Anything negative you might say is going to be used as if you're still attacking him. Anything, if you apologize and you're admitting to wrongdoing. So I guess they're trying to be careful on you can't say nothing about nothing.
Every week that go by is a week that I'm forgetting about it, to be honest. It ain't like top of mind like it was. It ain't fresh. Like the more time go by, it's best for Will. Just stay low.
Don't worry.
I just wonder what Chris is really gonna do. Like I know they say, say
true.
that he's talking to attorneys, and we really don't know for sure. We just reading people's stories because they saw him doing something. But I wonder. Marjorie said she should go. What did it say?
She said because she went into detail about August Alsina.
So why didn't she want to detail about this? Like,
well, she probably doesn't need to,
and she probably can't either.
Mess it up more for him. She probably, because she, like his mom said, she was laughing afterwards.
Ooh,
she was good after that slap. That slap happened.
I ain't gonna lie, I go to his page I really check his page, not every day, but like once or twice a week, I'll check to see if he posted anything. Because honestly, to be honest, I enjoyed Will Smith's Instagram page. I really enjoyed it. Like every time
he was full of life, full of vigor.
Yeah, like I really did enjoy looking at the stuff, and he'd have inspirational stuff, and then he'd have the crazy graphics, and whoever was doing the graphics for him had to be like a director in Hollywood because he had some crazy stuff that would go on. And now the silent
15-year-old doing it.
He probably had a 15-year-old doing it.
The kids know how to do all of that stuff.
He probably had a genius 15-year-old who's probably mad as shit at him right now. Like, y'all done messed up my gig. Y'all messed up my money.
I hate it for him. I mean, I hate it for Chris Rock too because I like Chris Rock, but it's like.
And then in quick news and brief news, Philadelphia had a mask mandate, and then they took down the mask. What the hell are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Shut up.
They had to reconsider.
Just shut up.
For those who remember, they instituted an indoor mask mandate
for 7 minutes.
And then I guess from the backlash or the feedback, they said, "Well, we're going to make it optional. We're going to not make it a mandate. We're going to make it optional. We are encouraging you to have your mask on indoors."
Oh yeah, I gotta call the Apollo because I haven't gotten our tickets yet because when I was reading on the website, when you sent me the link, I was sitting there reading it. But on their website it says you gotta have a vaccination and have your vaccination card. I'm like, well,
I don't even think because the airlines ain't even using them no more.
Oh,
it's optional on the airplane.
It's optional on the plane now. They saying,
yeah, where you
optional?
Been optional on the plane. Yeah.
In the tight quarters of an airplane.
Yes,
I flew, and I don't have. Yeah, I don't have a vaccine, and I've flown.
But you had a mask on, right?
Yeah, we had to wear a mask on the plane.
Oh no, he's saying it's optional now. So if you getting on the plane right now, ain't no way I'm not wearing a mask on the plane.
It's absolutely optional.
Oh, now there's no way that you're not wearing a mask.
No way in hell.
Everybody was like, I don't want to wear these masks.
I used to sleep. I used to get on. I used to put my shirt over my face and then like cover my nose area. Just prior to that, I just felt weird because I felt like it was. Yeah, there's no way I'm not. Think what you want. Look at me how you want to look at me. No. I mean, no. That's too
wear
tight.
their mask. You shouldn't have no problem.
It's optional. You can wear if you want to wear.
I know.
Yeah, that's your business.
I think Bootsy was on there. He said, "Yeah, ain't nobody wearing that mask." He had his mask on. Shout out to Bootsy. Bootsy be doing the most reckless, dangerous shit in the world, but then wear a mask. But God bless him. Cats be raw dogging chicks and threesomes and foursomes, and then be like, "Let me put this mask on." Let me put this mask.
I gotta protect myself. COVID's out here.
Yeah, COVID's out here. Let me put this mask on. What's your name again, girl? Yeah, come here. Not smash the sides off of you. Raw dogging it. Yeah. Well, let me put this mask on in the plane.
I don't wear this mask while we're doing it.
Let me put this mask on, see if I protect myself from COVID. So yeah, Philly had the mask mandate for I don't even know why. And I told him, I said I was watching the Sixer game. Nobody had their mask on at the Sixer game, yelling and screaming, and y'all got a mask. Then we went to South Street, and there were no masks except one place. Now I will say this: the Asian community, they stay consistent.
Very.
Now their store on South Street, they were like, "You got to wear a mask." Like we were about to walk in, we were already in, and we looked, we're like, "Oh damn." And we had to walk back out.
He said, "Oh damn."
We were like, "Oh damn, we in the wrong. We got to walk back out." So yeah, Philly was in and out with that. They was like, "No, I don't know how they even got the vote. Like, do y'all take a vote or y'all do a group text?"
You have your people that speak for your representation.
It was on the thread. They changed the law. So
y'all good? No, we changed our mind. All right.
No, we changed everything. Take the mask off. All right, so there's no mask in Philly. So we got that. And then there's Jay Black sent the new, and I forget what state it is. The drunk driving new penalty is that
yes,
they have to, if you cause any damage or somebody unfortunately dies, that you have to pay some type of money. In Tennessee, state Senate passed a bill requiring drunk drivers to pay child support if they cause a death of a parent. Oh, just a parent. Oh, so they got
if you're drunk driving and it caused the death of a parent, you ran into somebody, you killed a family, or whatever the case may be, that parent that was responsible for paying child support for their kid, you now have to pay that. Well, that's what they're trying to put in the actual law right now. Was just the bill passed, so I guess Senate and look at it to sign off if they agree or not. But I thought that statistic right there was deep, though. Every day, about 28 people in the U.S. die from drunk driving crashes.
So they just got to pay child support.
They got to pay child support.
Not the child support the parent is paying.
No, they pay. Yeah, they paying child support
based on their income.
If that parent that died in that car has a kid, they're gonna have to pay child support to that kid
based off their income.
Based off their income.
This is so nonsensical. This is when you're trying to do something, but you don't want to do the root. You don't want to deal with the root cause of the problem. First of all, if the person doesn't have any kids, then you don't get a penalty. What you're saying? Like if I got kids, you got to take care of the kids. But if I got anybody else, I didn't got to pay a penalty on financially. I don't have to pay a penalty. I thought it was.
You're about to try to pick it apart, and the overall theme is yes, it is a good thing because you took that life.
Dumb.
Now my son, I'm not there for my son. I'm gone because of your negligence. So now for the rest of your life, you got to make sure they set up to high school. So up to you 18 or out of high school, you got to pay whatever it is.
You want the answer to the problem, right? You want to stop drinking and driving, right? That's what you want to do.
They want more.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Do you want to stop
people from taking that risk?
All right. Do you want to stop it? I'm asking you, Jay, because you just put up the stats.
I'm just putting. I thought it was crazy.
All I want to know: do you want to stop drinking and driving?
They dying from that.
I'm asking, do you want to stop?
All right, you want the solution. Go ahead, Mike, because I think you got the solution. I think you sway right now. You got the answers.
I got the answer.
Let me hear you.
Just put a device in the car, just like a seatbelt, that if you're over the legal limit, the car won't start.
I saw some of these comments online, like Shannon Sharp posted it. It was a lot of great comments. It was a lot of perspectives that people had from, well, if you're in jail, you're going to be taking this $8 a week. That ain't enough. But go ahead.
Why did you just ride over what I just said?
Because I don't know if that would definitely help. I think it can't hurt.
The car won't start. They can't go nowhere.
Can't kill nobody.
They can't go nowhere. Is it
so you said make it mandatory in every last vehicle,
like a seatbelt? That's what they did with seatbelts.
Standard.
Yeah, everybody's serious about it. If it's whatever it is, 0.8 or whatever it is in your state, cars sold in that state have to have a device that you have to blow in. If you're over that, now will people have other people blow in it for them? Perhaps, yeah. But if you want to put a major, if you want to put a major dent in it, if you want to stop it, but the reason why they won't do it, and I will repeat myself over and over again, they don't care about drinking and driving. The reason why they won't do it is because if everybody drank responsibly, the economy would suffer.
Well, I know if they ever come to that where they're going to put this thing in the cars, they better drop the insurance if you get it in your car.
That's another thing. Y'all, there you go.
Because now I'm not as much of a risk.
And that's
So
one of the comments said, isn't they in cahoots with the insurance companies? Because now you're going to be suing the person instead of the insurance company taking the bill, and they all in cahoots. I said, here we go, the whole conspiracy theory. I get the concept of it, and I think you need to have something that can. A parent lost their life, and now their kid got to grow up fatherless or
But
motherless.
what if they? But like they're saying, if they're in jail, how they gonna pay? This is like if the regular parent is in jail, they can't pay child support because they're not making any money.
Well, they saying that the money you make in jail, it's still you're taking from that.
The money you make in jail.
What they saying, and somebody says only $8 a week. They said, well, it's $8 more than he wouldn't have, and it's going to the kid.
I wish.
But I get the gist of it.
I wish
you in jail,
would.
you taking every little penny they got.
I wish they would.
It makes no sense. It doesn't do anything.
That don't do nothing but
hopefully it'll scare somebody straight not
anybody.
to do.
It doesn't scare anybody.
They gonna be in jail for how long? For manslaughter or whatever they gonna charge.
Then of course
with.
any money they come into.
The kid is gonna get a SSI check.
$2 a day.
So it'll still be money if the other parent was working. They're gonna get an SSI too. So they'll get that till they're 18.
It's one of these congressmen or women who decided, yo, let's make a law. It's gonna look really good, y'all. What
That's
we're gonna
stupid as hell.
That ain't gonna do shit to stop anything.
Yeah, what they gonna pay with? They're not working. Are they gonna let them stay out of jail?
Do you know how much money? Do you know how much money Jerry Jones would lose in one game with the Dallas Cowboys if everybody had that in their car? Do you know how many millions of dollars he would lose? And then if everybody started Ubering, do you know how many millions of dollars he would lose in parking? Do you know how much money Budweiser, whoever their alcohol sponsor is, would lose? They don't give a damn. Like, people understand, the only people who give a damn about drinking and driving is mothers against drunk drivers who do this to really save people's lives, and regular people like us. That's the only people who give a damn about it. The states make millions. They make millions off of drinking and driving.
So you ever notice how the U.S. is really good with coming up with creative punishments, but never creative preventative methods?
Yeah, it's like they kill somebody. Okay.
My thing is, where does it stop? Like every murder turns into you got to pay child support. That's what my thought. Well, what's next? Alimony.
But they going to jail. They're going to jail. I would if that happened and they tell me, well, Miss Scott, since this happened, they're gonna have to pay child support to you. I'm gonna say, as respectfully as I can, how in the fuck are they gonna pay me child support in jail?
But this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? This is what's gonna happen. Whatever that drunken driver owns, right? So let's say the drunken driver has a family. Mm-hmm. They're gonna take the house and they're gonna take the property and they're gonna take that. So now the family who did nothing are not gonna have a home. So whatever he owns, they're gonna take and they're gonna monetize it, and you're gonna get that money. This is not a well thought out bill. This is
because that ain't the wife and or the other spouses or whoever, the kids. That's not their fault. That's the person that did it's fault. They're really not being punished still.
I don't get this. This bill is something that they
thought money they make in jail.
They thought it would be creative. It'll look good. Look, we're gonna pass this. You're gonna take care of other kids who
do
this
they
is not even rational.
Is stupid though. How they gonna pay?
I don't even know what you're gonna do.
Your consequences as that person, whatever money you're making in jail, you're not even getting to keep that because you got to go. It has to go towards consequences.
Jay Black.
I get the concept of
how much money are they making?
No matter what it is, they're not getting to keep it. They have to give that up. So their quality of life.
If somebody sent me $8 for child support,
it's not about the total.
I'm probably about to commit a crime because you sent me $8.
I'll tell you what the real problem is. The real
it.
problem is I gave you my idea, and the idea would never pass in every state because people would not want that device in their car, and they would show everybody they don't give a fuck about drinking.
Why am I being penalty? Why am I?
Because I want to drive tipsy. I know how to
I
drive
ain't
tipsy.
never did this. Why I gotta,
I know how to
never
drive tipsy.
drink.
Nobody gonna tell me. Just like the seatbelts. Like, watch. Try and pass that in a state and say that device has to be in the car and see the uproar. I just want to see the people say, I know. What are you talking about? We're just saying, once it detects you're over the limit, why? You're cool with the law.
How many hours they work, Jeanette?
She says $1.15 an hour.
They don't work all day.
So they got a 5-hour shift.
Because if they outside on the yard working out, that ain't considered work.
He said they can't even buy a Dollar Tree item now because it's $1.25.
$1.15 an hour. Listen,
But what they're trying to do,
I get the point though.
What they're trying to do is get people's money that they have outside. They're not worried about what you're making in jail. They're trying to get your houses. They're trying to get your cars. They're trying to get your investments. They're trying to suck any mutual funds that you got, any things that you are invested in. They're trying to take it from you.
Girl, listen, that happened to me too before, and I was like,
And he wasn't even in jail.
But you've heard of these companies that's buying up all these houses and making them rental properties?
Oh yeah, that's why it's so hard. Everybody keeps acting like it's hard because we out there buying houses. No, it's because these companies are literally going to certain cities and buying 1,000 houses.
Over market.
Oh, the financial was back.
Yeah, he's back.
He's here.
He's sitting down there.
It's tax season. He's busy, but he's here.
Poor guy.
Busy. You said poor guy.
I went to get my taxes done, and the tax dude was like, because I was so late, he was like telling me all the stuff I got to get. I was like, what the hell I got you for then?
Yeah, get this.
You done gave me a list of shit I got to get. Like, what are you here for? What am I paying you for if I'm the one who got to research this shit?
They need your docs.
Just file the goddamn. I'm just file the goddamn extension. We'll deal with this shit later. Like I'm tired.
You ain't got your taxes done yet?
Mike late. See, he makes it harder on the tax preparers. Like I'm sure Kamari probably shaking his head right now. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, I don't owe anything, so I'm not gonna owe anything. I'm just doing it to myself. I don't owe anything. I owe nothing. Yeah, even when I'm getting money back, I do an extension. I like doing an extension because I wind up getting the money like months later after everybody done spent their money. I used to get my money. I used to love that feeling. I get the extension and be like, I get the money like 5 months later and be like, oh, this is nice. But anyway, yeah, that would be the answer to the whole thing. Just put a device in your car that doesn't let you start the car if you're over the legal limit. It's common sense, but we don't deal with common sense. Nobody deal with common sense.
I wonder if that was ever proposed as a potential bill to be considered.
Shit, ain't nobody passing that bill. People wouldn't even admit that they were against the bill. They just wouldn't vote for the governor or the mayor or whoever or the senator that was in favor of. They were like, we're just not voting for him ever again.
Because I guess if I got a medical condition in my breath, I don't know, how does that affect people?
If you got
have strong breath, how hard do you got to breathe versus
if you got strong breath, you think it detects as alcohol?
No, I'm saying like if I got a special need, if I can't breathe, that I can't be doing them hard breaths that it may take for that unit to trigger. I don't know. It was just a thought, like because that could be something.
I mean, they're gonna think of every which way. They're gonna think of every which way to make it happen. But I mean, that would be the answer. Telling somebody to pay child support for the kid. First of all, you paying me child support ain't doing nothing for me getting over losing my child.
And
it's not intended.
It's a reminder. It's a reminder every time it comes.
So, I mean, hey, I just think it's propaganda for somebody to make people feel like they're about to do something. But then once again, so if you die, you ain't got no kids, you don't get anything.
You outside of probably life in prison or the 40
years.
No,
I'm saying no. I'm saying you as a person. Then what you're saying is that if the person is lucky enough not to have, listen, man, don't drink and drive, y'all. But it's impossible not to drink and drive.
It's not impossible not to drink and drive. I don't drink and drive. I don't drive when I'm.
I shouldn't say it's impossible. Either. They've made it virtually impossible. Like they know there are thousands of people fully intoxicated every football game driving home. Like they know it. And any accident, the teams don't get any response. Back in the day, there was a movement where the bars were getting sued. And that's when they started cutting people off. But that faded out into the wind because they were like, they couldn't take all the lawsuits. But these football teams are responsible, but they're not going to get the lawsuits. They know there are people walking out visibly. If you leave an AT&T Dallas Cowboys stadium, I wish I would have videotaped it. There are people sleeping all over the grass outside of AT&T Stadium. It looks like a war zone. Like people are passed out all over the grass.
Yeah.
And everybody's cool with it. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, just walk over.
Just walk over them.
Just walk over.
Keep it moving.
That's not Jerry's responsibility to get that these people get home.
You got to drink responsibly.
No, they'd make the police station. You know how much money they'd make? What county is that? That's Arlington. Arlington, whatever
Collin
county.
County.
Yeah, they'd make a ton of money if they just put a
check
spot.
Not Collin. I'm sorry, Tarrant County.
Tarrant County. If they just put a check spot around the corner. First of all, the traffic would probably be like 3 hours long. You'd never get out that bitch, but you'd make a mint. They know everybody driving drunk out of there.
Well, yeah, they are.
All right. The baby.
Driving drunk.
You got our guess.
Oh, we gonna go. Oh, Financial Rebel. I'm trying to move. Just trying to keep them entertained. Financial Rebels in the building. We ain't seen the tax. Oh, look, man. That man has been working. That man has been working.
Yes, sir.
That man has been working. He has been getting deductibles, dependents.
Dealing with clients like you, Mike.
Dealing with clients well, you ain't got to deal with me. You can wait.
Who being hard-headed.
You'll see me in June. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to worry about me.
Just file it. Just file it. No, we can't just file it. How y'all doing? I miss y'all.
What's going on?
What's up?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Happy Monday, y'all.
So when does the tidal wave of tax season end? When does it slow down? Because it never ends. When does it actually slow down, or has it begun to slow down?
The deadline was last Monday, April 18th. I tried to take a couple of days off, but my clients wasn't having that. So it slows down a little bit, but with these last couple of years, I haven't seen a break in the last 3 years. So I'm going to have to make a break. So something got to happen.
Well, it's the gift and the curse, because you like being busy, because that's how you make your money.
Yeah, but it's hard to plan and do other things around it, though, also. So
yeah, because you'll wind up on a vacation with your laptop doing your kids is out there playing in the pool, and you in a hotel room actually like trying to find out how you can hide this money in this offshore account.
Exactly.
So, all right. So tax season has come, and you're in the middle of it. What is the one pet peeve that you have other than just blank? Like, what is one thing that you like? Damn, people just don't get this one thing when I'm following it. They just don't get it.
I mean, I'm going to pick on you, Mike, what you just did. Like, just follow it. Like, people don't really realize that there's a duty on people like myself who are enrolled agents with the IRS. We have to, and CPAs, we have to make sure whatever you're filing is real and legitimate. We can't just dream up numbers. Some people think just follow it. It's not that deep, just follow it. No, it's that deep. It's that deep. People go to jail for this. So.
Oh yeah. I totally get it. Like when because he was asking me about the comedy money, and I was like, dog, this is how frustrated I get when I do taxes. I lost money with the comedy, so I'm not even getting money. If I don't file, I'm losing out on my own money. Because
but that helps you in the long run.
No, I get it. But if I tell you, don't even worry about it, dog, just file. He said, no, go back. And now the comedy club that I work with, dog, why is it so hard to pull out what you gave me for the year?
It's like, not their responsibility, though.
They pay me in checks. They're supposed to send me a form. They got my social security number. They never even sent me the form.
That's your responsibility.
But I can't create.
Wait a minute. Why is that our responsibility?
You are a business owner. As a business owner, you get all the rights, likes, and benefits of writing off tax this and tax that. Mm-hmm. You got to keep track of the money you come in with.
But don't I need that W whatever from them?
The 1099?
No.
Well, why is he asking for 1099?
Because by law, if somebody pays you more than $600 and you're not a corporation, they have to send it to you. But that's just for compliance purposes. However, that's for their compliance purposes. For you, though, you still have to file on your own. You still have to be responsible for the money you bring into your business and the money you spend out of your business.
So if they gave him $10,000 for the year and they didn't report it, but he did.
If they didn't report it, but he did, then that's on them. That's on them.
Now, can they challenge what I put? Like if I say, because
No,
I have.
Not really.
They can't.
Not really. Because when you put down your income or your revenue, it's for you and your business. Their thing is just a filing thing. For example, everybody's up in arms about the Cash App and the I don't want to say the wrong
Zelle
platforms. Well, they say there's a loophole with Zelle. What Cash App, PayPal, any of those, right? People are getting mad. I'm not going there. There is no loophole, in my opinion. I'll tell you.
But what are some people saying, Kamari?
Zelle says that they do not have a duty to report that they don't report any money to the IRS. That's what they're saying.
Really?
Yes.
They don't have a duty. That's what they're saying.
Wow.
Rumor has it.
I don't believe that's going to last that long, though.
Yeah, that seems almost impossible to last.
Yeah, I don't believe it's going to last that long.
They just told the IRS it ain't our responsibility to tell y'all what transactions were going on.
They told the world because they're trying to say it's under banking, but it's all going to come out. It might not happen right away, but it'll all work out. It always does. But people are worried about getting taxed on the money they send through Cash App, through PayPal, because a lot of people are making money on the side, selling stuff on eBay, selling stuff on Amazon. Yeah, no. I hope I'm not outing you, Jay Black.
No.
Right, but there are some people, like if we were all get together and go to brunch and Jay paid the bill for everybody, God forbid, right? And then I'd send them my portion of the bill. That's not taxable, but everybody's worried about that.
If they show that Jay Black paid the bill for everybody, I need IRS to put a flag on that bitch immediately. I need red flags to jump up like,
He did what? Oh, no, that's fraud. That's fraud all day.
That's
embezzlement.
He
was feeling good that day.
They were laundering money. Something had to be going on. Like the flag has to go up. Financial Rebel, can you get on get on IG so people have some questions? So basically your gripe with everybody is that they don't want to do their part. Is that the gripe that you're having with everybody? Like not doing their research?
Struggle.
It's half and half, right? Because some people really don't know. They're truly clueless.
Yeah, I am.
And then there's some people who just really don't care. And so they just want to buck the system. I can't afford to buck the system. I don't look good in federally issued orange jumpsuits. So
no, I don't believe in bucking the system. I would rather pay money that I don't have to pay than take money that I'm not supposed to take. Like I would rather do that. What other questions, Jay? You're the financial dude.
Oh, all right, so I just invested in a lawnmower, right? Now, if I have a home business, for those people, there may be someone.
I'm out of here.
I'll be back.
No, this is legit. If someone has a home-based business, they're a business owner for themselves, but they work out of their home, and lawn care is a part of that because of the business, and you invest in some equipment, is it 10% still of that price point of that equipment that you can write off? Because that's part of the landscaping?
It depends. They just left us.
Don't worry about them, but they hate us. They hate us. But no, that's
so
legit.
Yes, you can, if you are operating a home-based business and you have an office that is exclusively for business.
See, legit question. Why everybody always think I'm going left? But go ahead.
Nah, she said, really, that's a laugh. They don't believe you. You need more people.
No, but that was legit. So you can write it off. I can write it. I can't write the whole thing off, but I can write a piece of it off.
Potentially, yes. Potentially.
What do you mean potentially? Like you throwing me off with the potentially.
Because everything depends, right? Depends on your situation, right? So here's the thing: if you got a home-based business and you have an office that is exclusive, keyword being exclusive to your business, you can write it up. But a lot of people have quote unquote home offices that are not exclusive, and they got jungle gyms and guest bedrooms and stripper poles in there, and they not strippers, and they doing all other kind of things on their business is not written off.
Who gonna come to somebody's house and say, "Yo, let me see if it's exclusive"?
Auditors have come to people's houses.
No, for real?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Financial Rebel, you on your phone and you can't get on IG.
Oh, I'm coming. Here I come.
Yeah. So auditors will come. Like it's like when them probation officers do home visits. Like what probation officer? Then all of a sudden, bing, bing. Michael here.
Yes, they will. Knocking on your door. 6 a.m, they knocking at your door.
Now I told this guy, and I'm sorry, Financial Rebel, I'll be going to you next year. I'm starting a whole brand new.
Okay.
No, I just went around the corner and I went with this guy and I told him, I said, I got clothes that I only wear on stage. He said, only on stage. I said, yes. I can show you. I have a closet outside of my closet that is just
tricky.
Stage clothes. I've never worn them. So how do I prove this?
It's tricky. It's tricky, right? Because the rule is, yes, you can write up clothes that are quote unquote stage clothes. If you got a Steve Harvey suit, the old school Steve Harvey suits, not as new clothes, that clearly is not everyday outside clothing. However, if you just got on a shirt and some jeans and you wearing it on stage, it's not really necessarily for entertainment purposes, or there's no real distinguishable thing. And I've seen IRS audits that will go left on that. So one of the best things for entertainers to do is to rent their clothing, even though a lot of people won't do that. But it can be tricky. You can go left or right with that one.
Rent your clothing. Yeah.
Yeah, there are performers that rent their clothing.
Yeah, they do. I know a lot of people who do the rental of and you can rent jeans. You can go to a store, any store, basically. Like I just want to rent it. Yeah, they do. I know a lot of people who do the rental of and you can rent. But I hear myself. But the thing that kills me is that I literally have a rack of clothes that I've only worn on stage.
Yeah, the assumption is you're wearing it outside of that. So like you said, that's going to be tough to prove.
Like I got jean jackets that I've only worn on stage. I've got leather jackets that I've only worn on stage. That
we don't believe you. You need them. They don't believe me. You think they're gonna believe you with some clothes?
But the trick is to try to get something that, like what I have here. This is monogrammed for a logo for a website that I own that I don't use, but it's for business purposes.
I don't like that whole
yes.
Steve Harvey, because if I spend there's a pair of sneakers that I saw that were I'm not gonna buy them, but I thought about it. But they like $550.
You're trying to get them Yeezys.
And I was like, wait, sidebar. Fabulous had on a pair of Yeezy Louis Vuitton sneakers that are Fabulous. That are $28,000. I was like, well, where? Like, God bless you, man. But I don't know if I could I'd be mad as hell. You talk about fighting somebody over scuffling, but that's got to be a write-off, right? That would have to be a write-off.
Yeah, maybe.
That's like 3,000 Steve Harvey suits.
Yeah, but sometimes y'all entertainers get free stuff too, just to wear it as marketing. So if he didn't spend no money, there is no write-off.
I don't know if Kanye specifically said, I'm going to send.
Turn your volume down, Kamara, your phone.
My volume's all the way down.
It's all the way down. Yeah, that's why I got off IG, because mine was doing the same thing. It's something weird. Maybe it's right.
Oh, you got off IG because you just need any excuse to get off IG.
No, it was.
I don't even know what it is to do an IG. Let me see if it's me. Could be me.
So y'all been paying attention to the stock market?
Actually, no.
Sucker's been in free fall. People out here panicking.
Really?
Uh-oh, Michael Shawn, I hear echo on your side. All right, it's not me.
It's coming from Mike. That's why I left to make sure it wasn't me.
Now, if Shawnee was here, she would say it's me.
She's blaming you. Yes, hands down. So wait, so the stock market, so Bitcoin, Dogecoin, all these coins that we supposed to be looking into. You saying what's going on right now? Just for the simple-minded people. Not all
right, but Bitcoin and Dogecoin are not stocks. They are cryptocurrencies. Right, so let's just be clear. Let's not confuse folks. But yeah, they've been fluctuating up and down too. Stock market's been up and down too. Everybody's afraid about a further interest rate hike or a more aggressive interest rate hike from the Fed Reserve next month. So interest rates are going up.
So if I want to buy a car, this would be the time to do it. Don't wait till next month. Like, what are you saying?
Well, housing prices are up, right? I heard y'all talk about it, and that was really, really good point you made, Mike, too, with the hedge funds and private equity companies are coming in and buying up all the homes. They're definitely doing that. But interest rates are going up. So when those companies come in and buy those homes, a lot of time they're doing it with bank money. They got lines of credit. Those interest rates on those lines of credit are now going to go up. So it's going to cost more to buy those homes.
Yeah, last year this time we was house hunting. It was 3%. I got all of my paperwork 3%, 3.2. Now we doing it again, and now it's 5 point something. I was like, wait, it went up 2% from last year to this year, and I guess it's going to be going up more.
When they say it's a seller's market,
it is.
The obnoxious amount of money.
It's frustrating
that I sold my condo for. I shouldn't say obnoxious because it is.
You're part of the problem. You took advantage of somebody.
No, that was what they offered.
It's just frustrating as a buyer.
That's the only reason why I didn't rent it, because the lady was like, "You got 4 offers that say they're willing to take it as is for this amount of money."
For more over than
I didn't even negotiate it. I just said, "Well, there's no way I can say no."
You probably could have got more, but yeah,
sold.
I was like, to literally not have, even though I'd never had a problem with my renters, but to not even have to think about it and say, like, I tried to add up how much money I would make on rent and how long it would take for me to actually make what I was going to make. Okay, and it was like 6 years. And I was like, well,
let me get mine up front. Yeah.
Gotta go.
The question is where you gonna put it now to get that same level of return.
You said what?
The question is now where are you gonna put that money to get that same level?
How you gonna flip that, son? Always talking about flipping it, see?
And it's sitting right there because I haven't figured out what to do. I haven't touched anything. It's just sitting there, and I'm like, I don't know what. So what to do? What is the financial rebel? What's your advice?
Well, I told you about I-bonds, right? Paying 7%. If you need somewhere to sit in the interim before you make your next move, you can put it into some I-bonds. They're risk-free. 7%. Yeah. The bank is paying like 0.5%. So that's easy. That's an easy one right there.
So if you put I-bonds, let's say if you put a small amount, like what would be the amount of money you'd have to put in there? Is there a minimum amount you have to put, or it's up to you?
The smallest you can put in is $25. The most I think you can do in 1 year is $10,000.
All right. Well, how do I start an I-bond? I think I said this before, and I never went through it.
Treasury Direct.
Treasury Direct, and I'm gonna start.
You're buying directly from the U.S. government.
Treasury Direct. Lady Q, you got that? I need help.
So it's not me. I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm not trying to do nothing hot and fancy.
I-bond
straight from the federal government.
And it's 7% you get every month with your money just sitting in there.
Well, for the year.
7% for the year. So if I put $100 in there now, 12 months from now, I get 7% interest. So I got to sit for a year. I may need to tap into that though.
Well, then you need to work on your emergency fund then.
He just said let it lay there. Like
I just the whole conversation was
I'm not touching anything.
I mean, listen, you can do that. You can let it lay there, right? Or you can put it in the bank and let it sit and get
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
Now, do you have access to the money? Like, let's say you put $5,000. Do you have access during the year? Or is it something that it has to stay there for 12 months? Like, if you had an emergency,
you can always get to it. You might have to pay a small penalty. Usually, it's like a 3-month interest penalty, so you'll never lose your principal, but you might lose some of the interest that you got.
Treasury Direct, y'all. TreasuryDirect.com.
I don't get paid from it. Nothing.
There's no sponsorship here. 7%. Keep it in there for
500. You can put maybe 1,000. Just sit it and forget it. Just act like, don't even know you got it. Just leave it alone.
I just put the link in the chat if y'all wanted to share with everybody.
How much do you? Is this something that I don't know if I'm allowed to ask you? I don't know. Do you take part in this? The Treasury Direct?
Yeah, I'm starting to buy some now. I used to buy them years ago, like for some of my family members and some of my kids. Matter of fact, I found one that I brought. It was like $500 for my son not too long ago. So I need to give that to him. So that's worth a couple of dollars. But other than that, yeah, it's like putting money in the bank. It's free, risk free. It's not going anywhere, right? But you get way more upside, way more interest.
Does that rate ever fluctuate, or is it standard? It just stays like that?
No, it changes. It's about to change again. It's tied to inflation. So we just saw the inflation rates go up, right? So this number will probably be going up as well. So it'll probably be even higher.
Oh, it'll probably be even higher.
Yep. In the next probably 2 weeks or so. But don't wait. Just start getting into now. Like, think of it like your 401k when they take money out of your check every paycheck. Put $25 aside.
Yeah, my mind was just going through this because we looked at a bank savings account versus a credit union savings account. The credit union give you so much more money every week compared to your standard bank savings account. So, but this is a whole nother level because 7% is way more than even.
That's right.
But you just got to leave it there and not touch it, Mike. You just got to leave it there.
I ain't got no problem with it. That's why I ain't had a job in 2 years, because I know how to put money in a way and don't touch it. Trust me, dog. There's an account. I just left it there. I'm like, I literally
forget you even got it. Just forget it.
I did forget I even had one account. One account saved my life. I forgot I had that. But to get 7% and to be able to put $1,000 there and to keep it there for a few years, I mean, that's a major.
Set it and forget it. Set it and forget it.
No, Action went to Action got this age ride. He looking for donations, and he said it's all tax deductible. So it gives us a 501c.
And Action, I am going to take part in that. I am going to your link.
So somebody send me the link. I'll donate.
Yeah,
Action,
please
send the link in the comment, Action, or then I can put it up. Or let me see. I think you
I got to do it now because if I don't get it, I'll forget.
Yeah,
get that link out and support Action. Action is really one. Like I so admire what Action does. Like Action really does this bicycle ride on the West Coast and does this every year for years. And I do need to have that link because it would be very disrespectful for me in my history with that murderous disease.
Now, Stacey Mitchell just made a great point.
Let me see what
Stacey. What was your point?
She said, "And tell somebody you got it there. You die. Oh, you die and they keep. Oh, don't set it and forget it. Make sure somebody else know. Because if I put a $5,000 in there and I don't tell nobody, then they'll never know, the family members."
Well, what people like, everybody's really hot and heavy about investing, right? Everybody wants to try to get to the bag. But what people do not talk about and what needs to be talked about more often is estate planning. Where are your wills? When's the last time you reviewed your beneficiary designations on your insurance, 401k, all of that? I mean, we like to talk about baby mamas and baby daddies here, right? For y'all, if y'all broken up and y'all put y'all kids somehow on an insurance policy and they're minors, guess who gets control of that money if, God forbid, you are taken home to see your maker? Well, the courts are going to decide who it gets, but usually their guardian will have control over it. So I tell people all the time, if you really don't like your baby mom, baby dad, don't just leave money around to your minor children unsupervised. So make sure, again, you got your estate planning documents in order. Make sure you talk to an estate planning lawyer and make sure you're thinking about this stuff. And you should be doing this at least yearly. Every time there's a major life change, you should be reviewing what's going on with your docs.
Say if you're a person that you don't like in disclosing like your money and where you got it at and all that for those people.
You don't have to disclose it, but it should be in a will. You don't have to give the person your will, but then you have your will and they'll be able to get to it when they get older. But so my dad is like talking about death every 5 minutes. Every time we talk, he's talking about he's looking at funeral homes and interviewing funeral directors and all this and all that. And I'm like, Pop, I don't know where your stuff is though. So you need to at least tell me where your stuff is so I can get it. It's not a problem. He's like, well, you know where it is. Don't worry about it. And everybody got that in their family. So I know it can be hard, but it's definitely conversations you want to have.
I just got to do it. I mean, I don't have any problem. There goes the link, you guys.
I don't know if you can click on it from there, though.
Yeah, you can't click on it from there. But if you go to Action, what is Action's IG?
I don't know if it was on his IG. That's why I was just trying to get him to send it to me. I just sent you a text, Action. Send it to me.
But I don't have a problem letting the people know where my money is. It's just me doing the actual planning and getting the estate lawyer. I don't have a problem with Stacey knowing where the money's at. Like, just as long as she can get to it and the kids can get to it, and they can go. Like, I hate talking about it, but if you pass away, then the will has to get read, and then everybody gets their portions of whatever you left, right?
Right. But it's deeper than a will, right? Because your life insurance, right, your 401k, your IRA is not controlled by your will. It's controlled by your beneficiary designations. And so it's something you got to think about. I mean, there's a multitude of stories out there where ex-spouses, right, husband and wife broke up, got divorced. They never changed it. They never changed the pension plan, which also has a pension, has a beneficiary designation on there. They never changed it. They wound up going to the next, they never changed it. They got remarried and they went to their ex.
Ooh, boy.
They're currently married.
Oh, boy.
I mean, that's real.
That's why my wife got me divorced when we first got together. She said, "Oh, you lazy asshole! I'm gonna do this for you." They make sure you get divorced to get all this stuff done because that last person will get it.
What are you talking about? They got you divorced?
No. I'm saying like some people stay divorced and they still not with that person. They move on.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't get the paperwork taken care of and you pass away, it will go to that. Technically, that person is still your spouse.
Yes, true.
So you got to get all that paperwork is legit. But if they don't know, that's what I was saying. If they don't know where everything is at, if it's not listed in your will, it will go back and they get to keep it because it's unclaimed money basically at that point.
But it's not just will, right?
Yeah.
Life insurance is not controlled by the will unless you do some other things. Your pension plan is not controlled by the will. Your IRA is not controlled by the will. Your 401k is not controlled by your will. You have to designate who you want to leave it to. You get to control that, not your will. So will is a whole separate thing, and that jams up a lot of people.
Woo, boy. Who does your taxes? Like, does somebody do your taxes, or do you do your taxes, your own taxes?
But I talk to other financial planners and other tax pros about my situation all the time.
Yeah, because even a doctor has to go to another doctor.
Yeah. I don't know everything. I don't know everything, and I need help. Sometimes I get brain freeze. So I'll call up one of my friends like, yo, what should I do with this? And they tell me what to do. And I do the same thing for them as well.
Got a squad full of people just, oh, man. Yo, taxes just stress me. Like, taxes are one of them things. It's like going to the doctors. Like, I have no clue. Like, I'm kind of, just by talking to you, I kind of makes it a little easier. Because certain wordings and certain phrases that you use, now you're familiar with them by just hearing you talk. So it makes it a little easier. Like, I feel my hands getting sweaty when I'm walking in.
That's because the IRS marketed y'all to make y'all scared of them.
Exactly.
It ain't gotta be like that. They just like everybody else, they're bound by law. You have access to their playbook. And so you know what to do. It's not hard. I tell people all the time that the tax code is the cheat code. If you want to get wealthy, understand what the tax code wants and just do that. And you can become wealthy if you're savvy enough to be able to negotiate and navigate through all of that.
Like what? Like even that just lost me.
All right. You buy real estate, Mike.
Right.
What the most favorite asset class in the tax code is real estate. So the government wants you to buy real estate. Why? Because it's good for the economy. The government wants people to be married. Why? Because it's good for the economy. Air quotes, right? So, if you look at some of the things that they give you rewards for, benefits for, you can kind of make a plan around how you want to create your wealth, share your wealth with your family, grow your wealth. You can do all that.
Because they kind of want you to have 2 kids, right?
Well, at least one. At least one.
At
least one.
They don't want you to have 5. Do they want you to have 5, or do they really just want like 2.5?
I mean, there are actually some benefits you'll get that are unlimited depending on your kids. Like a lot of the stimulus money, people was getting the bag for that. They was getting the bag for that, for having 5 kids. So it just all depends. It just all depends. For example, owning stock, right? They encourage you to own stock for at least, well, any asset. They encourage you to own it for at least a year or more. They don't want, they penalize you tax-wise if you own it for less than a year. So they're telling you they want you to be a long-term investor. And then there's all other kinds of, I don't like the term loophole because it makes it seem like it's something secret. Yeah, and sketchy, but there's all kinds of other rules that if you take the time and just read about, learn about, ask about, can be really beneficial for you.
Yeah, I think the word loophole is kind of messed up because it's almost like anytime something can be in your favor, then it's a loophole. But it's really just a fair law that you're using to benefit,
Now, I don't know. Some of them are fair, some of them are not fair. Some of them are just straight weird. It's like y'all talking about the laws. Let's see. I can't cite the law on this, but the government will give certain subsidies to profitable companies. They'll give them money, they'll give them tax breaks, and they don't need it. And at the same time, those people in power will complain about they will complain about people on welfare getting some help, where you just gave this corporation, these old white dudes, a bunch of money that are profitable, that have stable, strong businesses. But a guy like me who might have needed a surgery, who needed some public assistance, you frown, you turn your nose up against me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just got to pay attention, right? I mean, a lot of times we want to say stuff's Illuminati and stuff's conspiracy. We just not informed and we not involved. All these laws get put on the books because we allow them to be, or all those old laws, because there are still a lot of old laws that are still on the books. We don't get involved to get them taken off the books either. So it's a participatory sport. You got to get involved. You got to get involved. There's a lot of state.
When you have a guy like Lamar Jackson, who literally doesn't have an agent,
superstar football player,
superstar quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, and he's doing well. Like his mom is, from what I heard, his mom is negotiating. When I'm making $25 million a year, is it a person that does my financial planning, or is it an agency, or like, how do you go about somebody handling? Because you can't just put it in your savings account and use your debit card on it. Like, that's some shit I would do.
You can, but it might not be the best way to go. Usually what happens in those scenarios, a lot of times the agencies will then connect them to a finance person or a manager. And we know a lot of times those people are not qualified at all. That's why a lot of times these guys go broke. The other thing too is a lot of them are hard-headed too.
Right.
I mean, they just want to do what they want to do because they're young and dumb, and the rest of that saying. But you typically, it depends on how much money you have, but typically you should have a good accountant and a good lawyer, and potentially a good financial advisor. But a lot of times people don't want to do the work, right? Because none of those people can help. They can do what is required to keep you in compliance with the IRS. But a lot of times they are not visionary. They don't understand what's going on. You need to be very well informed to understand what's going on, what to take advantage of, what not to take advantage of. Because again, amongst those people we have seen, a lot of them are unscrupulous. Fat Joe's accountant supposedly just disappeared and was keeping his money, right? And that happens a lot, sadly. And he went to jail for this because he wasn't paying attention. He was ignorant to what was going on. And that's sad. That's sad.
Oh, I did see Steve Harvey at an interview. Let me hold on. Let me just hit this real quick.
Yeah, we had an interview on EYL.
He had an interview where he just said his accountant never paid his taxes.
Yep.
Like, I could see some shit like that happening to me. Like, and he would see the money come from out of his account, which is the basic skills way of saying, I just cut a $300,000 check. I just saw the money leave my account. So I'm assuming But how would he have been able to follow up to make sure IRS got the money? Like, how do you actually like safeguard or oversee the person who's supposed to be doing all this stuff for you?
I know this person is not in favor these days, but Bill Cos told Oprah what the game was. You sign all your checks. You know where your money is going.
Oh, simple.
Yeah, it didn't have. I mean, and then there are ways to figure out if the IRS did indeed get the money, so you can reconcile and make sure that it was sent. But clearly, he wasn't signing his checks. Clearly, Fat Joe wasn't signing his checks, and that's sad because again, they're artists. Artists don't want to think about the money a lot of times. They want to do art stuff. They want to have fun. They want to be creative. They don't want to think about the numbers and do everything else. But it's those numbers and that business is what will keep you going, to keep you in doing your art or keep you being able to do your art. So you got to think about that at all times.
I think I asked you this question.
I gotta go. I'll be right back, Mike.
All right. I think I asked you this question, but I got to ask you one more time. Can you get the IRS to do your taxes?
Yeah, but you don't want the IRS to do your taxes.
I just didn't know if that was a myth. I didn't know if that was a myth or not.
No, it's not a myth. It doesn't happen the way you say. You can't request them to do. Well, let me back up. The IRS does have a program called VITA, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. They have programs all throughout the country, especially in major cities. I used to volunteer with one of them. And so they have programs where they will have these other nonprofit organizations that will do your taxes for you. If you are below a certain income threshold, I want to say 54,000-ish. So if you are below that threshold and your taxes aren't super complicated, you can go to a VITA site and you can get them done for free. However, it's not the IRS doing it. It's an IRS sponsored program. Now, what will happen with the IRS, though, is if you don't do your taxes for a certain amount of years and you won't file, they will file them for you. And that's called a substitute for return. And they always do it to their benefit. Any way that's going to have them getting paid the most amount of money, normally, that's how those taxes wind up getting done. They don't take any deductions. They don't take any credits. They don't do any of that. And they just file the taxes.
Because there was always this story, whether it was a myth or not, and I read it a bunch of times, that the IRS had come at Don King multiple times and he had always won. And Don King said, I do not cheat the IRS. And then there was one story where he said he allowed the IRS to do his taxes. And he said, I do remember reading this. Now, whether it's true or not, I remember reading this back in the day when newspapers were popular. And I used to read newspapers every day. And
me too.
He said, quote, he said, I know for a fact I overpaid the IRS millions of dollars and I have no problem doing it. But I didn't know if the IRS, if it was true that the IRS would actually do your taxes. And I got a funny feeling that he didn't go to one of them organizations that you were talking about. He made it seem like he was like, here it is. These are my books, IRS. Do my taxes. Is that even possible?
I don't know if that was possible. That happened. It looked like in 1985. I just Googled it real quick.
Right.
He was cleared of all charges. They were charging him for tax evasion. It looks like some of his friends got found guilty of it, though. Just skimming through it real quick.
So his boys got caught up, but he didn't.
It looks like it. King had failed to report $446,000 in income he received in 1978 to 1980. Ooh. Yeah, this is interesting. I need to look this up, Mike. I need to look this up. I need to do a video of this. Thank you.
Because the funny thing is, I had heard these stories because that was his brag. Like he was like, all these boxers are claiming, which he did. You know, I interviewed boxers who, I don't know if he robbed. Yeah, he robbed them, but
they didn't understand the contracts.
Yeah.
So it's the loophole, right? Well, you sign the contract, even though the contract is signing over your arm, laying your first baby. So they clearly didn't understand what they were getting into.
Now, I think the most tragic thing is that, let me make sure I got this right. The lawyer that defended that Don King got to defend Mike Tyson in the rape case wasn't a rape lawyer. I don't know if there's a such thing as a rape, but it was a financial lawyer. Like it was almost like a tax lawyer that tried to defend Mike Tyson in the rape case, which was, I know it's off the subject, but I just found
No,
that.
I mean, it's not, though. It's all in league, right? So you need the right people for the right job. My dad used to always tell me use the right tool for the right job. A hammer isn't for everything, right? When you only have a hammer, you're only going to look for nails to hit. But sometimes you need the screwdriver. And that's true in every industry, right? There are criminal attorneys. There are attorneys who specialize in doing rape cases. There are attorneys who specialize in tax. So yeah, he should have gotten someone, if this is true, that specialized in those kind of cases to defend Mike. Now I don't remember that. I don't doubt it though.
Right.
You're talking about Don King. But it's sad. And again, Tyson was in such a I don't know what the word, a mentally and emotionally fragile state that he did a lot of crazy things back then. I mean, shoot, he's still doing crazy stuff now to a certain degree.
This might sound weird, but tell me if this is am I an isolated individual? Does this happen to a lot of people? The more money, I've never been filthy rich. God has always blessed me to where I've been able to have what I wanted most of the time and been able to take my family on vacation, stuff like that. But for me, the more money that gets in my possession, in my account, why do I feel like I get more anxiety?
Anxiety?
Yes, I literally get more anxiety.
I talk a lot about people's relationships with money. So a lot of times people have kind of a fear of making money because in some of our communities and upbringings, we were told that money was evil. And many of us have taken that to heart, even though that's not what the good book says. Right. It says the love of money is evil. And some may say I'm mincing hairs or splitting hairs. There's a difference. There's a big difference in that. And I don't think anybody should love money, so to speak, but that might be a reason why you got some anxiety. There are some people that get a certain amount of money and they just feel like, oh, I can just spend now. Won't think about tomorrow, won't think about the next generation or anything like that. And that's just kind of, again, part of their relationship with money, part of how they see things. I mean, there really is a reason why the rich keep getting richer and the poor get poor. And a lot of it has to do with mindset.
I always find myself trying to figure out what to pay off and what to pay off in increments. Like what things do you, like, let's say there's a loan that you have.
Right.
And you're paying $400 a month on his loan and you owe $28,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the $28,000 to pay it off.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously it's going to affect your account. When do you decide it's worth to just take that whole thing and pay it off? Or is it smarter just to keep paying it off with the payments?
It depends on what you want to do, right? So for people who are really trying to be aggressive with their money and start businesses and invest, it might not make sense to pay it off because then they just gave away that $28,000. They paid off $28,000 in credit cards, and they're never going to be able to get that money back, so to speak, right?
Right.
But if you just have a 9 to 5 and you just want to have peace and you don't want stress, then it could make sense. I hate to say this, everybody hates that I say this, but it all depends. It depends.
So during the mortgage situation, I had to go into forbearance for one of my properties, the one that I live in. I went into forbearance. So now I'm in a situation where I can pay either the whole thing off right now, or go from what they said, and you correct me if I'm wrong, where this is going to be added to what I owe on the back end. It's going to be added.
Yep.
Would it be better to keep this money and just add that on to the rest of the mortgage because I plan on staying here for like 30 years? Or would it be better just to pay it off and knock the whole thing out, and now we're all even and I'm just making mortgage payments in a few months that I start all over again?
So again, it's a depends question, right? Okay, but I'm gonna go Let's paint this scenario, right? You have this home, you got forbearance, you plan on living here, but you want to keep investing in your comedy career, your broadcasting career.
Yeah.
So from a financial standpoint, I would say it's better to pay the mortgage. Just keep paying the mortgage in the monthly increments and take that money and invest it into yourself. Because typically you're going to get a higher rate of return on the money you invest into your business, into your performances and all of that versus the money you're going to give away to the mortgage. Plus, you lose a potential tax deduction. You do get the write-off mortgage interest either on a rental property or your residential home potentially.
And that's what I got to get today. I'm getting the mortgage interest from my last property, which I got to get all those details.
See, that's why God needs them, man. He's trying to do a good job for you. See? You look at that.
I know. And you know what it is? The more I deal with it, I'm this is the type of person I am. Something can overwhelm me, right? But when I commit to learning about it, I have a commitment problem, dog. I'm just going to tell you I have a commitment problem.
Most people do.
When I commit to learning about it and I start learning about it, I start realizing, like what you just said, it's really not that big a deal. It's just now I know the definitions of what this means and what that means and what this means. And now just break it down. And organization is the key. Like if you're going to organize everything. So you're totally right. I'm immature right now. You're totally right. The shit just stresses the hell out of me. It really does. All because I'm not actually taking the time to learn.
But tell me this, when you first started comedy, you first started going on stage on open mics, was that nervous for you? Was that rough for you?
Yeah, that was rough.
At what point did you get over it? Or at least I know some people never totally get over it, but you get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
It didn't take that long, but it was a few months where I realized if you want things, listen, everything can't always go right. Like that's just what it is. Like you can think you have the perfect set and you've mastered it and you've done 600 shows, and then one night
something goes wrong.
For some reason these 300 people decided that whatever you've been doing for everybody else just ain't gonna work. But it took about 6 or 7 months to realize what I had to do to be prepared, which I guess is what you're saying. Financially,
but you got comfortable with it. So when somebody runs up on stage or you get a heckler in the crowd, you know how to deal with it. I never forget, like me and D. Lee used to do shows together, right? He was basically the guy who got me in promoting and stuff like that. There was a heckler in the crowd talking trash, and he said, well, if you think you can get up on the stage and tell jokes, come on. And the person did it. And it's actually a really good friend of mine who did it. And guess what? They fell flat.
Right.
They fell flat. And it was something I always remember because he was a master of his craft. And so he was like, all right, well, if you want to try, come on. But he was able to deal with that because he had put in the hours, he put in the work. I'm sure you will be able to deal with a heckler in a very similar way. Either you're going to out-joke him, out-talk him, because if you have the mic, you are in control, as long as you take that control, right? Some people don't know how to do that quite yet in their craft, but as they learn, they get comfortable. So you could throw a slider ball or a little curve ball into the performance, and you're still going to keep going. Same thing with finances. If you really commit to it, you'll be able to figure out how to sidestep certain things, how to deal with certain things, how to realize that you need to do a little more research and where to go to research. So it's just putting your time in. A lot of us don't want to put the time in though.
So let me ask you this: for what you do for a living, this is a lifestyle thing. For what you do for a living, because your life is based on numbers and finances and taxes and stuff like that. How many people come and ask you to borrow money simply because they think that you?
Because I got it.
Because you got it, just because your whole career is based on numbers.
Listen, but I'm a business person just like everybody else, right? Just because I'm a numbers person doesn't necessarily mean I'm a great marketer, right? Because in order to get to the numbers, we got to get the people in the door. Now I've been able to learn that. That's why I do some of the radio and stuff like that. I also enjoy doing the radio and the broadcast as well because I get to connect with the people. But I tell people like this: I'm a business owner. My payroll goes up, my expenses go up. Sometimes my profits are down. I ain't got it. I would lovely accept a potential investment in my business if you want to help me out, though.
No,
that's what I
that's
told him.
something, yeah. And we never talk about stuff like that. I don't know why we don't talk about stuff like that.
Well, we don't like to talk about money in our community. Not in a real productive manner. We'll talk about, we got the new car, we got some rims, we're taking a vacation. And listen, there's no shade on any of these things, but the question is, how do we start to buy assets that will then pay for these trips? How do we develop skills so we can buy more assets? There's a dearth, like, again, in our community, we tend to not make as much money as anybody else. But there's over 10 million tech jobs out there that many of us are not fulfilling. And these are 6-figure jobs. And you could take that money, that income, and buy assets with. And those assets can help you buy other assets, help to fund your lifestyle, help to fund your legacy. And you can do a lot of things with it. So again, it takes a little bit of reprogramming.
And how much reprogramming do you think? I think people in general, but we'll stick to our community, Black and brown, our spending habits. How just something on how much money we spend from Sunday to Sunday. If somebody became more disciplined and paid attention, how much do you think that could affect them financially?
Oh, it'll totally affect them financially. But see, it's not that. So that is one portion of it, right? But I believe in abundance. I don't believe in lack. I believe the universe has everything that we need, right? But the question is, have you prepared yourself? Have you studied enough to be able to put yourself in the situations to get to those dollars? So if we get more skills, because here's the thing, everybody's talking about Black wealth this, Black wealth that. Nobody's talking about Black income. And it's really income. It's because there's a major income gap. It's really the income that really keeps all this stuff going. So we're all fighting for minimum wage, where minimum wage really ain't going to be the thing that's going to get us to the promised land in terms of money, in terms of wealth, in terms of independence. You might ask yourself, are we misdirected? Are we distracted?
Yeah,
and that's not to say that I don't care about the little folks, as I care about all of us.
Right.
But if we know there's 10 million 6-figure jobs out there, and we're fighting for the $15 an hour jobs, wouldn't you say there's a bit of misdirection going on there?
Yes. I think there's a major misdirection. My question would be, how do we get trained for those tech jobs? How do we get trained for those jobs? Like, where do you go for these for the training?
I mean, honestly, it starts in school. Math. Math is the foundation for a lot of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math type jobs. We shy away from a lot of education. So if we just start there with math, that will open up everything. But again, a lot of us don't want to, look at things a little bit different. And I'm not saying I got all the answers, but I'm looking at the patterns of what the wealthy and the upper middle class, what they're looking at and what they're doing.
Can y'all hear him on IG Live? Somebody said you can't hear him. I muted. I think I did that because I don't know why I'm getting. Hold on, let me get off IG Live and then go back on. Let me stop being lazy. Let's try and work this out so you guys can hear Financial Rebel get on here and give y'all some advice and some probably inspiration and try and get.
I gotta go back. I gotta find you again.
Yeah. Let me see. All right. So far, so good. So far, no echo. And
no echo.
Do you want to send it, or do you want me to send you the invite, or you want to?
No echo.
There you go.
I just turned it up. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I don't want to be up here on preaching You know,
No, you're not preaching. You're definitely not preaching. I just like having you on here because once again, it lowers my anxiety and it gets me familiar with having to talk with somebody who's a professional on it. So when I go see the tax guy, I can be a little more confident, which I'm not going to, after this year, be the last year I see him. And nice guy, but he's very, very, he's very, go get this, go get that. I'm like, dog, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, that's a part of the game now. That's a part of the game.
And like, I truly don't. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm not. So now it's like what you said. It's about taking it upon yourself to figure out what it is that they're talking about, so you can benefit yourself and actually have some type of awareness. And that echo is back.
Let me see. Let me make sure I turn it down. Yeah, I got it all the way down.
I don't know what's going on. IG has not liked me. IG been doing. I don't know what's going on with IG right now. I know they got the brainwash, so they got us all hemmed up on this. All right, well,
Action, you should get that now, by the way.
Oh, you already sent it to Action?
Yeah. So, like I said, if I don't do it, I'll forget.
No, I feel you. I say the same thing. Let me know what it is that you need me to do, because if 2 minutes later, I don't forgot. Like, I don't know if I got AD, ADH, AVR, VHS, VL. I don't know what I got.
Listen, I realize that, we have so many deaths, right? Everybody says, I'll pray for you. And I got to a point, I was like, I'm telling people I'm going to pray for them, and I ain't praying for them. So now I just stop. I say, I'm going to do this prayer because I believe in prayer. So I want to send that out. So I just stop. Like, I'd say a quick prayer just to fulfill my promise.
Oh, that's so funny, because I asked her, let me, this echo's killing me right now.
It's killing you?
No, it's me. Because once I turn my thing off, then it stops. But I hope I'm not muting both of us on IG. And I think that's what I'm doing. But we're about to wrap up anyway. That whole prayer thing, I literally have to now put things in my notes to actually remind me. My prayer sounds like a roll call at night. Like, I almost feel like, I'm like, is this, I said, God, am I being annoying right now? Like,
now, Mike, real quick, right, going back to it, I just seen the Black Math Academy pop up on my screen. Those are some brothers who are teaching the youth how to do math, right? And I was saying that math is a gateway to higher jobs, higher paying jobs, right? Way higher than minimum wage. And so we're looking at things like that. Like and this is no shade, y'all. We got Pop Warner leagues, Little League baseball, there's basketball, football. We don't put that same level of energy into education.
Oh, no, we definitely.
But we will complain about what's going on. So if things are so lopsided like this, you're always going to get bad results, or results that do not favor our community. And we're just saying we got to think about things about that a little bit deeper.
So
I know it ain't fun though. It's not sexy.
Black Math Academy is literally an organization that helps kids just improve in math. Yes. I know that sounds like you're going to say duh, but I've never even, other than having to pay for a tutor for my kids, I didn't know there was a Black Math Academy that I could actually, I'm going to follow you right now.
Yeah, I discovered them because I interviewed a brother by the name of Akil Parker on my show. He has all this math.
Wait a minute, what?
He's a college professor that teaches math at HBCU. And that's how I started to learn about them, because they're all kind of doing the same things. It's a bunch of brothers and sisters across the country that are pushing more math, more academics in the class, well, outside of the classrooms, rather, in the home.
What is it called?
Akil Parker's program is All This Math. The Black Math Academy is the IG page that just popped up.
Oh, Black Math Academy.
Yeah. The Black Math. The
Black Math Academy.
Right, but we need stuff like that, because again, we're thinking about counting money, but we're never thinking about the process of the math behind the counting of the money. Because at the end of the day, money is a byproduct of what value we can bring to the world. And until we understand that and really get it, we're always going to be behind the 8 ball. And I don't want us behind the 8 ball no more. I want us to be back on top.
No, that is pretty amazing to even have something like that. Because you know how they say things run in your family? Like they'll say so and so runs in your family. You know what could run in people's family? Being really bad at math, because parents almost feel helpless when you're bad at math. You almost feel like
no, generational curses are real.
Yeah,
they are real, right?
Like,
but what you just said though is paramount, right? I love to study the Jews. People give me a hard time about that, but I love to study them because I like to see some of the habits that they do. And I'm speaking generally. Are they saying they can't hear you now, Mike?
Oh yeah, I unmiked me. I don't know why, guys. We got this echo thing, so I'm trying not to talk a lot and trying to mute myself. But go ahead.
But success leaves clues, and so if you see how an organization or community operates, maybe just maybe you can model it. You don't want to mimic them. You don't want to be just like them, but maybe you can take some of the same principles that they have. Like a lot of them vote. Like a lot of them support each other's businesses. Like they have their own cultural principles outside of any country that they're at. They have their own culture. But again, that's not what y'all bring me on.
Dog, it's so crazy. And I'm trying to deal with the echo, y'all.
Yeah, because it's strong.
So I gotta mute. No, it's not. It's not. It's not
you.
It's all me. It's all me. And I don't understand. Like, I'm lost. But you just said that, and I just had a conversation. I was on they were interviewing me. I forget. Oh, why am I gonna forget the podcast that I did for the girl? Because it was an interesting podcast. And I said, the problem with society now is that we just want to prove that we're right, and we don't want to research anybody else's views or opinions to see what part of it we might actually agree with.
Yeah.
Or what we might learn from it.
Oh, I get called a Republican all the time. And for the record, I don't like the Trump followers, the orange monkey followers now. Mm-hmm. But
monkey followers. You call him an orange monkey?
Yeah, I call him an orange monkey because that's what he is. But and listen, the opinions on this show are that of Kamari Ellis, not that of Media Room 360 or the TakeOver Legends. That's Kamari. That's all Kamari. I don't want y'all to get no problems with that. But before this thing that we have going on now, I agree with a lot of their stances, especially some of their fiscal ones. Now they're just doing anything willy-nilly. They don't really stand for anything. And I've also been on record to talk about the destruction both parties, Republican and Democrat, have done, because now we got this whole thing. I want to get off the Democratic plantation. What people are doing is they're taking sound bites from folks. But if we really go back, you'll look and see that the Republican Party started the war on drugs, started the war on black people. But nobody wants to talk about that because they won't do the research, like you said, Mike. They won't do the research.
And I just and we had this long debate about it, and I was like, listen, there's certain religions. I'm not really into whatever religion, any religion. I whatever. I don't want to get all into that. But there's certain things that when reading, I go like, wow, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't mean I can't use that in my life. There's no rule that says I can't adapt something that somebody else does without taking their whole idealism and following everything they do. Like, it's just annoying to me. Following everything they do. Like, it's just annoying to me. Okay.
But you know what the problem is, right? With all the religions, right?
Right. What?
You get the text that's in the book, whether it's the Quran, the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, any of those. And then you get the men or women, in this case, that give their remix on it and totally change it.
Oh, well.
So it's the people. It's the people that are trash, not necessarily the religion. I mean, you could go deep enough and do it. Like, I literally get turned off when I go to some churches where I hear some pastors say, all the Muslims and all those Buddhists, they just like to bash them. And it just shows that they're not really into God, if that makes sense.
Mm. That makes total sense.
Yeah, because why does God need to bash anybody?
He doesn't have to.
Right.
He's God.
Right. So.
But and listen, man, it was a long discussion. Like, I don't think I think a lot of it has to do with our intellect stopped growing a long time ago. And now our whole mission, like I said before, is to prove that what I know, because I'm not going to learn anything else new. I refuse to learn anything else new. What I know, I'm now going to spend the rest of my life proving to you that what I know is right and what you know is wrong. And there's always just going to be a dead end situation. And trust me, I've been involved in arguments and debates on these shows and this show and many shows where nobody's listening anymore. So like when people are offended by books and they want certain books to get pulled out of libraries because of what the books say, the words that they use, I'm like, it's not the book's fault. The problem is that the intellect of the person reading the book sometimes hasn't changed from when that book was written. So if the book was written by somebody who lived in a place of racism and lived by those laws, I can still enjoy the book with realizing that the racist ways that were going on are still wrong.
Oh, man, you need to go to Florida.
Oh, God.
You need to go to Florida. We can't have math books because they got CRT. Which is all bull, but that's the whole other thing.
No, that has to be the most amazing. That the fact that CRT, critical race theory, is now being said to make white kids feel bad is absolutely amazing to me. That is when the epitome of all privilege has kicked in. Because I've never heard about this making German kids feel bad when we talk about the Holocaust.
Well, I mean, what's amazing to me is that I call them the orange monkeyettes, right? Because this all started with him. That they're able to take a non-issue and make it an issue.
Oh yes,
and it's everybody goes with it. Everybody goes. They're able to take a non-issue and make it an issue. That's you talk about spin. That spin job like a mug for you right there.
And then man, listen. We can go on for days about this critical race theory. I was amazed. I said, wow, you guys have now reached a height of excellence when it comes to the ignorance that is being spread now. Now it's let's make sure people don't feel bad about what was done in history. So when women are fighting for women's rights, I can say as a man, I didn't have anything to do with that. So I don't want to feel guilty about something I had nothing to do with. So women, stop telling me what men do or have done in history. I don't get it.
Talon just said no sound on IG, Mike.
I know. I know because my echo is like the echo is so. I've already gone off. Look, it's back. Listen. Echo. Time to hit the shower, guys. Great show. Have a good day. Don Page. Shout out to everybody. Financial Rebel. Thank you for stopping by.
Appreciate you as usual.
How can they get in touch with you? I don't even know if you want any more clients. I don't even know. If
No. But listen, I'm actually covering financial news daily now. So you can find me on my new YouTube page. It's the Daily Number Podcast. The Daily Number Podcast on YouTube.com.
The Daily Number Podcast.
Yep.
All right.
And my echo, I apologize. I don't know what's going on. I can't stop it, y'all. It's maddening. It won't stop. Thank you, Financial Rebel. Good looking.
Appreciate you,
dog. Tam says thank you. Everybody on IG Live, thank you. I don't know, people. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that echo. I went off. I went back on. I went off.
Is your TV behind you have any sound at all?
I'm pretty sure I muted it. Yeah, it's muted. Yeah. I don't know.
All right, they're saying they don't hear the echo now.
How about now?
Yeah, I don't hear echo.
1 2 1 2.
You ready to go?
It comes and goes.
You got the ghost. You got the ghost echo.
I got the ghost of the echo. All right. Listen, y'all. Unless Jay Black got some breaking news. Nope. You got some breaking news, Jay?
No breaking news. We wrapping up.
Yeah, we can wrap up.
See you guys tomorrow. What's tomorrow? $2 Tuesday.
$2 Tuesdays. We didn't get to the kids in the park, the biting. What else?
We gotta play that video.
And we gotta play the baby. People, I'm gonna do a subtle prediction. I don't read cards. I'm not a psychic. I don't wish this upon anybody. The baby's gonna wind up in jail at some point.
Sadly, I think you're right.
Playground.
If nobody's going to stop him and nobody in his camp is going to let him know what he's doing, is just leave. They are already starting to review the Walmart surveillance videos of his self-defense case. They've already started leaking that video. I'm not saying they can
can't retry. That's double jeopardy.
They can't retry him. Yeah. But when they're putting this type of attention on you and you don't get the idea and you're not getting the sense that you got to settle down, I'm not wishing it on the baby. I don't know the baby. I don't know if he's a good dude or a bad dude. All I know is I see what I'm about to see, and it's not looking good right now.
The writing's on the wall.
The writing is definitely on the wall in spray paint. So I don't see anybody reaching out to try and settle him down. So listen, y'all, love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. And understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second, and understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. I'm messing up my own joint. And the echo is killing me right now. Listen, you fight for everything in life, including an echo. Fight for your happiness. Don't let anybody take it from you. I got comedy shows coming up this month. I'll let you know about that tomorrow. Michael Shawn, Jay Black, Sexy Mo will be back on. Shout out to Financial Rebel. Yeah. Shout out to everybody who listens, who supports, everybody who's got comments. It's the TakeOver Legends. Yeah, y'all.
Michael Shawn and the TakeOver Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.